let me go ahead and turn the mute off there.
Hi.
There you go.
I'm Levi.
Levi, did you just shoot this competition?
I shot this morning,
You
actually.
did?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And how did you do?
I shot a 587.
Nice.
Which
Nice.
is yes, sir.
Okay. And how long have you been shooting, and have you been shooting for a while?
I've been shooting this shoot for 3 years.
Okay.
The first year, I was with a hunting bow.
Uh-huh.
And then after that, the last few years, I've been shooting a target bow.
Okay. What bow is that?
TRX 38.
Okay. That's a good bow.
Yes, sir.
All right. So what club are you shooting for, and where do you live?
I live in Port Lavaca, Texas,
Okay.
but I shoot out of STX Archery.
Oh, okay. Out of Victoria.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, so we'll go switch over to the other kiddos here. Go ahead and look at the camera, guys. There we go. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Avery Rowland.
Avery and
Landon Roland.
oh, brother and sister.
Yes, sir.
All right. So tell me, you guys, what type of bows are you guys shooting? Where are you guys from?
I'm shooting a Matthews Prima. We're from Salina, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm shooting a Matthews TRX 36.
36. Both very good bows. So how did you guys do today?
Not very good at all.
Yeah, not as
Not
good as we
really,
were hoping.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, most archers, even if they win, they're going to tell you they didn't do very good.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me, how long you guys been shooting?
I've been shooting compound for like 6 months now.
Okay, just
Yeah. Yeah, I've been shooting for about 5 years, I think.
Okay, you've been
Just
shooting well.
over.
So what were you shooting beforehand? Before 6 months, or you just started?
Yeah, I
getting
was
to it?
shooting traditional.
Okay. So why the shift to compound?
That's what he did, and then all of my friends did it, and so I was just like, I can't be lame. I have to do this.
Hashtag don't be lame.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. So did you guys drive in last night or early this morning?
We drove in last night.
Okay. And when did you guys shoot?
We shot this line.
Yeah.
You did this line. All right. So how many times have you guys shot this shoot before?
This is my second year.
Yeah, this is my second year as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you guys? Go ahead.
He won last year.
Yeah, I went on juniors last year in compound,
Okay.
but didn't do too good this year.
Well, you're the youngest in the group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all right. It takes. That's the one thing I've realized. Like you go from that I'm really good to very humbling.
Yeah.
You move up to that
it's
next
rough.
division.
Yeah.
So how old are you guys?
I'm 18.
I'm 14.
And what about you?
I'm 15.
15. Okay, nice range. So what's your plan? Hey guys, welcome to Raising Archer at Houston Livestock Show and
We
Rodeo.
are at the rodeo.
Can you believe this?
In October.
In October. This really is an amazing facility right here.
Yes, it is. It's just a little bit smaller than like Vegas.
Yeah.
Can't say
a little
Vegas.
bit Vegas.
Yes.
A little bit smaller than Vegas.
Yeah, but it's set up very similar to it. This has such a huge potential to grow.
It does.
Oh my goodness.
There are right now 45 bales out there, and they have a practice range. I mean, they've got it
Yes.
really cool
Yes.
set up.
They have an indoor picnic area to feed everybody or for you to come and hang out. It is very nice. They've got us on a raised platform this time. We have two.
Yeah, they do.
Yes. They have two big, I want to say like jumbotrons at each end.
Yeah, like 20-foot like jumbotrons.
Yeah, bigger than the big backdrop that's behind us. So very impressive. We do have judges out here this time. How many judges do we have? What, 6?
I think it's going to be, like 4 to 6.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. There's a lot of red shirts.
This morning it's a small crowd. At the 8 a.m. out here in Houston, small crowd. This afternoon probably will be the biggest line I've ever seen at 180 archers.
Nice.
It's
going to be crowded
This place
in
is
here.
going to be packed.
Yep.
So how it's going to happen this weekend? We have qualifications.
There's one of our locals chat posts right there.
There
and you
is.
can see the stadium seating that they have for everybody in the back, which runs the full length of the range. Oh, and I do want to tell people, if you are coming out, that it is not in the horse arena this year. We are in NRG Center. That's where the cattle barn and all of the exhibits normally are. So just change in location, and the reason for the change of location, so we could add more archers.
Yeah, Wendy got lost.
What? Oh, I did. But I found myself to NRG Center, but to find myself in the range.
Yep.
Yeah, it's because it's big.
Yeah.
But we're pretty much taking up the whole right side, the east side of NRG Center.
So they just finished their first practice in. That's what they're saying right now.
They're saying don't score.
Don't score right now.
Not yet, not yet.
So speaking of scoring, all scores will be live. We're using Eyes on Score.
Absolutely.
If you go to eyesonscore.com, if you're on your phone,
You can see that
top
on
right,
the
yeah.
screen now. We are also, if you are here, they are scrolling on the Jumbotron at times. And so all of you who are at home, it will be easy for you to keep up with how your kiddo or your family member, your archer, period, is doing.
Yes. Eyes on Score. If you're on your phone, there's these three little dots
It's
lines.
the hamburger.
Wendy calls it the hamburger, top right corner. Click on that. Click on live scores, and you're going to see this tournament. Just click on it, and you're going to be able to see all the scores and see them end by end.
Yep, live.
Yes, and that will be starting here soon. They just finished the first practice in. We'll move into the second practice in here in a moment. Scoring is a little different. It's always a little different, right, with every tournament. Hold on one second.
Oh, a
Wendy.
little different from last year. I mean, from last weekend, because we did a SIWAT tournament last week with the live feed. This weekend is more of a USA style. So it is 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and so forth,
And so
depending
forth.
on if you are on a 3 spot or if you're on a single spot.
Yeah, I should have hooked my iPad up so that we could have actually drawn that out for everybody.
Oh, right?
We'll do that. We'll do that in a
Slacker.
moment. We'll do that here.
He's falling down on the job, I tell you.
I have fallen down on the job. It's this is our biggest setup yet.
Yes, it is. Well, we're always striving to be bigger and better.
The issue last year when we did this was
Go
our
big or
cables
go
weren't
home.
long enough, and so we were scrounging around trying to get cameras in the right
Oh,
place.
we got cables this year.
Yeah.
Us up above on the hey everybody.
Yep, there we are.
Yep.
We have Jacqueline with us, our favorite director.
Oh my word, she is amazing.
She's just
and with
shaking her
this
head.
New equipment, and she just makes it look easy. It's I don't know how she does it. There are way too many buttons. I have
There
your
is
laptop,
a lot of buttons.
your laptop, and then one soundboard, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. You're like, double click this. What? And y'all, I double clicked, and evidently I double clicked in the wrong place because he's reaching over me. No, not like that. Like you told me to double click on that button, and I did.
She double clicked. She did a light double click. You know how Mac is.
No, I don't use
know.
Mac.
We need to get you on the Mac side.
Oh my goodness.
Well, how the weekend's going to go? 3 qualifiers. We're going to shoot today at 8 a.m. We have another one at 1 this afternoon. There'll be a third qualifier, which will be on Sunday morning at 8 a.m. The only issue is if you shoot today,
Okay, hold on. There's Ethan Chan, also another local. Okay, go ahead.
no problem. And Hudson,
And Hudson, right back to back.
Kyle, the guy that's shaking his head, that is the
And
man
talking.
in charge.
Yes,
He's
we
the
are
one that's making this happen.
So thankful that he has had us 2 years in a row.
So 3 qualifiers, top 8 move on to the shoot off, which will be roughly around 11:30 tomorrow. We're going to try to get it very quick. The slowest process is going to be, got a little blurry camera there.
Our cameras tend to try to focus,
There we go.
autofocus on things, and sometimes it's not the right thing that it tries to autofocus on. Technology.
Let's try again. 3 qualifiers. Then they'll have to shoot off at 11:30. That means if you're in the top 8 from today, Saturday, or Sunday, any of those 3 shoots, you will have to show up and shoot off. First, we'll shoot against 8th, second against 7, so on and so forth. And we will go for juniors. They will shoot. They'll be their division will be on a bale. Okay, so you'll have you'll be on 2 bales. So for those top 8, you'll shoot off. You'll shoot off until you're down to the finals. And for juniors, you'll shoot all the way through. For the seniors, we're going to shoot off until you get to the final 2. So bronze medal match, you guys will just shoot off, and we'll know who's in 3rd and 4th. But what we won't know is who's going to be the champion. We'll be setting up a stage for them to shoot off. It's going to be individual, cameras on them, all eyes on them. It's going to be amazing.
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 All right, folks, if you would like to chat or give a shout out to your archer, please do so. Good morning, Miss Carrie. It's good to see you, and we'll see you at 1 o'clock today. And then I see my bestie is watching right now. Hey, Steph, how are you? Love you. Julia will be shooting tomorrow morning. So this is a really cool setup where there is archer seating that is down below. If you have a bow that, like a smaller size bow, maybe a Genesis, because we do have NASP, National Archery in Schools program. We do have that here today as well, part of this competition. And we do have bow stands here that are available for that as well. And with there, y'all, if y'all hear us clapping, oh, somebody says, what is HLSR? Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. And yes, the rodeo is not going on, but they moved the date and the location so we could have more archers. The registration kept filling up. We had to close it off to archers. There wasn't enough space. They moved it to the beginning of the rodeo last year, but it still was about the same time as the barbecue cook-off. Then you had all the animals moving in. You had the alpaca show.
There's so much.
Yeah. So where we were, there wasn't enough space and time to allow for more archers. This year, it did not fill up, but it's at a different time, and we increased the ability to have, I don't even know how many archers.
It can be over 700 archers.
Yes.
So they have the ability right
That's
now
youth archers
to do 700. They had over 300 that signed up for this weekend. It's
Amazing.
a good number
Amazing,
because
yes.
of the timing and everything. Next year, even bigger.
We are just now beginning indoor season. Last weekend was the first weekend.
These gnats.
We've got gnats up here, and I don't know why we're indoor and we have gnats. They were here last night. They're still here today.
Right.
When we were setting up, they were flying all around. You should have seen us. We're like swatting at the air. And now I heard Scott's mic, and so he hit
and
it.
Wendy's is like, I will die if one of those
Oh
things
my
goes in
gosh.
my mouth while I'm talking.
Sorry if y'all start hearing me. It's because a gnat is flown in my mouth. Might be unprofessional, but hey, sorry.
Yeah, but hey. Yeah. Now you're thinking about it too much, aren't you?
No, there was one flying right at my face. I might need. Hey, we might need some of those bug repellent kind of bracelets.
I'm with you.
I'm serious. Or citronella we can put on the table. I mean, we're indoor, but and last night it was so stinking hot in here. But evidently they did what they said they were going to do, and they bumped that AC on at midnight. I am feeling some AC right now. It is so nice. I'm like, I'm indoor. Wait, I'm not sweating indoor.
Right?
If you see me, I really don't work out either. I like food.
We all like food.
Oh, man. Oh, and they're feeding us here. It's awesome. They had breakfast for everyone, archers and parents, and they've done that in the past. So it's really nothing new there, but it is still nice. You don't go many places and get treated the way you do here.
Yeah,
Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo does a fabulous job. The Ranch and Wildlife Committee, who is the one putting on this archery tournament, is awesome. Their customer service is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. So, we'll wait. They're talking right now, so we'll wait a second.
Yeah, their speakers are a little louder than us. I mean, I'm loud, but
So they're going into their first scoring in.
all right.
So I was talking to one of the committee members, and they have a long-term goal to make this thing huge. So they're looking at They said in the next 2 to 3 years they would like to get to 600 archers. And so 300 this year,
I think they
that's
can do
a
it.
big number. Yeah, I think they can too.
Yeah.
I think this could be one of the platinum archery tournaments in the nation when it comes to
Absolutely.
kids. I say nation. You have to be from Texas to be able to shoot it, but it'll be one of the largest,
Yeah.
if not the largest youth competition
I
in
would
the nation.
like to know the numbers on nationals at S3DA Nationals in Vegas,
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
because I think this would compare to that.
And that one's national. That means anybody around
Yes,
the,
that's what I'm
around the nation
saying.
can
For
do it.
this to be a state only,
Yeah.
a Texas only tournament to compare to what S3DA in Vegas does, which is right the day before starting the Vegas shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Largest in the world.
Largest in the world.
That's right.
Are you talking about millions or billions, Wendy?
Why don't I just go to trillions?
Trillions.
Scott. If y'all don't know, Scott and I have been friends for a couple of years, and it's more like a brother. So
Yeah, it was funny when we started this. It's been about 2 years ago now, maybe a little over 2 years. Wendy and I started a podcast about 2 years ago called Raising an Archer. And it was kind of built off of, we were doing a little bit of this live coverage, and we didn't even have a name for it at that time. We were just calling it Texas Archery.
Yeah.
It didn't have
because
any.
we would do most of it at Texas Archery.
Yeah. And now we're big time. We have a name and everything.
I even told Chad, our server, last night, like, hey, I'm kind of a big deal.
She is kind of a big deal.
I walked in here last night, and Derek goes, hey, the star of the show's here.
The star of the show. That
I
is
loved
right.
it. I took it.
And we'll give Wendy that. So these archers, they're going to be shooting 60 total arrows. So they'll shoot 30, take a break, and shoot another 30, and then that will be their qualifying round. And so if you want to see who's on top and what positions they're in, you'll be able to through Eyes on Score. The lighting in here is not bad. When we walked in, I was like, I don't know about the lighting. It's not too bad.
I was wondering how it was going to be on the targets.
Yeah.
Where we are, the lighting is pretty good. But as an archer, you're always looking for the lighting on the target because it will create shadows.
Mm-hmm.
And especially those shooting on the bottom. Because the arrows that are shot on the top, which is why, most shoots do bottom first.
So I don't know if you saw what Jacqueline did. So she actually zoomed in on one archer and their target, so you can actually see.
Because she's awesome like that.
Yeah. The lighting is messing with the cameras a little bit because it keeps on trying to focus on the thing
Focus.
behind them. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but like we said, this is kind of new to us. See, it did it again.
Yeah,
it's
it
like
did.
it's totally focused on the people behind. I'll have to
We
take
do
a
have
look.
3 cameras. We've got a camera at each end and a camera in the middle. So we can bring the view of the target just like that. And you can
Yep.
see the different rings. So everything in the big center ring. So you can see there's a small one with an X in it and then a larger ring. All of that is 10.
All of it is 10.
All of it is 10. That's what you want, baby. Then you've got the next yellow ring, which is a 9. Then it goes to the red, which is an 8. Then the next red, 7. The blue is a 6. Anything outside of that is a miss. Now there is a single spot, which basically the same thing. It has the same ones going on out, and from that 6, you can see it there. There's another blue ring that would be a 5. The 2 black rings, 4 and 3. Then it goes on out to 2, and you can see. Well, you can't really see oh, there you go. There's 2 white rings. So it goes 2, 1, and then anything outside that last white ring is a miss. Someone struggling to pull that arrow out might need to lube that arrow, friend. I said friend. That's Scott's pet peeve. I call everybody friend, especially if I don't know their names. Or if I'm on the verge of being mad. And I just it's easier to say friend. Good morning, Miss Mary. You and I have been texting. Thanks for all the good vibes and good wishes coming our way. Love it. Miss you. Hope to see you next weekend at A&M. Well, I know I will see you next weekend at A&M. Next weekend is the Aggie Invitational. That shoot will be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We will not have a live feed going of that one. I believe there will be live scoring at the Aggie Invite, and I just received confirmation that is a yes. So these archers have now completed their first scoring end. All of the jitters should be out. They've had 2 official practice ends. Before that, they could have gone and practiced over in the practice range, which they have never had a practice range here at Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. Actually, I believe they had 3 practice rounds, and this will be the first scoring end. I got to talking and lost track. All right. So, time for jitters is now. They want to make sure that they shoot the correct target. There was an orientation this morning that everyone had to be here for. They had to, we just had a domino effect of bows go down. That's always a little nerve-wracking. They seem to be intertwined. Now, one of the volunteers has helped fix that, but it's always a little nerve-wracking because did that move something on the bow that you've just been practicing and now you're going into scoring? Good morning, Mel. Glad to have you with us. This is the future of archery. What you're looking at right now, every single one of these archers are youth archers. Everyone that you will see shooting today is a youth. It is fantastic to see these littles out here. I call them littles. Scott gets on to me and makes fun of me for calling them littles, but these kiddos. A lot of these kiddos have traveled. I have seen some in the hotel. You're going to see juniors and seniors alike out here. This is a 4-H shoot. So you will see, that's how they're classified, juniors and seniors. That's the breakdown. To be a senior, you will be 14 and above. To be a junior, you're 13 and younger. Every one of these folks that you see in a black vest is with the Ranch and Wildlife logo on it for the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. They are all committee members. These folks gather year-round to put on events for the youth, to have money for scholarships. They throw out a tremendous amount of money and give it back to these kids. The amount of money that they have donated is just astronomical. Every one of these archers are shooting for the money. So hopefully parents haven't been putting that in their head, because it would be a lot of stress on a kiddo. We talk about the mental side, and then we also talk to archers about mental management. I know a lot of archers have said, they don't even like scoring, because then if you listen to the podcast with Matthew Parmenter, if you go to Patreon and watch the podcast with Matthew Parmenter, you will hear him say that, if he doesn't watch it, then he doesn't worry about it if he's not looking at the score. But we also teach kids that you need to make sure that your score is correct. So it's kind of a catch-22 right there. There's my little friend Briley. I met her a couple of weekends ago judging an event, the Fall Classic in Bryan, Texas. Good to see her out here this morning. I do like traveling and judging. It gives me the opportunity to work with the youth. As you know, I'm a school teacher, elementary school teacher, so I like being around kids. I like helping kids. I like helping people. I like helping parents. I even like helping Scott. All right, we've got these kiddos going down. This is their first scoring end. If you are watching live score on Eyes on Score, then you will start to see the scores pop in. Every bell has a volunteer from the Ranch and Wildlife Committee that is helping put scores in the tablet. Then we also, like I said, if you see our judges down there in red shirts, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just that I can see. They are helping with any discrepancies in score, any issues with tablets. We have Michael Honecki, who is here with Eyes on Score as well. It is just, I will start giving you numbers in a little bit as far as the amount of money. So I've asked questions on, what does the money like, the payout that goes back to the archers, the money that they raise for all of their tournaments, because archery is just one competition that the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo Ranch and Wildlife Committee puts on. That is a mouthful right there. Something about, and I talked about the customer service that this committee has. That's part of their process whenever they are wanting to become a committee member. They're looked at to see if they have that kind of personality. These people take the time to know the archers, to ask some questions, and just talk with them. And that is amazing. It's not that they're here just to do a job. They are here to interact and be part of what is going on with the youth. I love that. The first year that we shot this tournament, to see that with my own child, I guess as a mom, that really hit my heart. Made me feel good about people that I didn't even know, but to see them and to see that have an effect on my child. And even going into, that was a year that we had brackets, so going into the brackets, that that volunteer came over after the shoot to check on, how well she did and to congratulate her. That is amazing. They took extra care to do that. And from what I've seen being here, I've seen that in every volunteer that I've had contact with. There we are again. You can see Scott over here beside me. He always likes to be in the spotlight. So hi. I'm behind this little computer screen. I can see everything though from where I am. Hey. This will be their second scoring end. Good luck to all the archers. Love having everyone join us online. So we are doing a live broadcast this morning at 8, and then we have another one at 1, and then we'll be back again tomorrow All right. If you are going to come and join us live here at the rodeo, you will come to the front of NRG Center. You will come in those main doors in the front. There are large green signs with orange writing just about everywhere that says Archery this way, check in this way. The warm-up, I'm going to say arena, is right behind.
You're like hogging the camera here,
Well,
aren't
you
you?
were gone.
Yeah. No, I'm back.
But
Sorry,
you
guys.
got eyes on score. We had eyes on Wendy.
Eyes on Wendy.
Eyes on Wendy time.
Thank you, Wendy, for stepping up there.
And talking, what I love to do.
Yeah, one of the things, that we're still learning on this, and I just realized that the cameras, so that blurriness, we never really looked into it. Well, I just looked at the settings, and I think I see why it does that, because it has an autofocus on everything instead of the center.
All right, so there was a question if you could see, and that's one thing about these cameras.
We
kiddos-
see everything. We see everything.
So
You can't get away
kiddos
with anything.
You may not get away with everything. We can see that one kiddo had an AirPod or some sort of radio device in his ear. That is not allowed. You may not have AirPods. You may not have any type of listening device unless you are hearing impaired and you do have some kind of documentation showing that. So there are eyes in the sky. Big Brother
And
is watching.
I dozed off there a second. But why is it that you can't have headphones in?
You could have communication from your coach and telling you, okay, move left.
That is right.
3 clicks left, 2 clicks up. Not allowed. No coaching allowed on the line.
And the majority of these kids, I don't think that's the case at all. Majority, I don't think any of them
No,
actually. I think it's
yeah.
music. I think they're just
I
trying to
do
listen to
too.
music.
Which again, that's a mental thing. This one right here, Scott, her name is Briley. And that's on Derek, like, oh my gosh, look how cute. I met her at the Fall Classic, the
Yeah.
Fall Fling
Oh, yeah,
Classic.
yeah.
And yeah.
Out there at Bryan College Station.
I believe it was her first tournament. So this is probably her second. Because what was that? 2 weekends ago? Yeah.
Yep.
My third tournament in 3 weeks. We were going to take a weekend off and last weekend. We had a grown-up archer, an adult archer,
Yeah.
that said, hey, he posted online that we were doing a live feed. And we're like, And Amy says, y'all ought to do a live feed. Fine.
We should.
There went our weekend off, but that's okay. We love doing it. We
actually
kinda
was a good
jumped.
thing.
It was, and we really kind of jumped on it as far as what are you doing?
I just was covering that up.
You're like touching my foot. I'm like,
Gross.
Is live scoring not working online? I'm getting some. Dadgummit, one of them gnats.
The live scoring's working.
Okay.
Well, let me. Oh, it just they're just scoring for the first time. Yeah.
Okay. Well, so
Yep. There they are. They're starting to score.
if
Scores are
we
starting to come in.
are- So I have people texting me that are evidently at home and saying, "What about live scoring?" It is working, folks. Their scores are just coming in. If we see that, or if you see that your archer's score is not there, most likely
They haven't shot yet.
no, or they didn't hit confirm.
Yeah. So these guys are learning too. We've got these volunteers, these committee members out there learning this as well. We did about an hour and a half training session on all this a few weeks ago. There we go. I'm looking everything up here just to make sure that everything is reporting. We want to make sure that live scoring does work. And it is. I see the scores coming in already.
How about that?
Yeah.
Isn't that special? Yes, it is special for you guys at home. I know that whenever my kiddo is shooting and I do not, we've talked about this, that when you ask your archer, well, hey, how was that? What'd you get on that one? And they're like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, it was 20 yards. That's all it was. 20 yards.
It took them
You
about
forgot?
30 seconds, maybe 45 seconds to walk from the bail back to you,
And
and they've
I remember.
already forgot.
Yep. They do not remember. It's got your kind of memory.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But this way, you have the answer probably before they ever get back.
It's true. So if you see the targets down there, I don't know if we've talked about them, but there's a single spot, and then there's also
I
3
did.
spots.
Did
Okay,
talk
you
about
did?
it. Mhm. But if you would like for me to repeat it, I sure can.
No, I'll do it this time. So everybody that's tuning in, you can see there's a 3 spot, there's a single spot. There is a small X in the middle, and there's a ring around it. That ring around that X, they're all worth 10 points. Let's see if we can get a better look at it here. You can see right there, yeah, on the right side, you can see it. So there's that little X, and then there's another ring. That's a 10. And then you go, the rest of the yellow, it's a 9. Then you go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's on the big one. On this one, there's only a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So you see that hole that's outside of the 3 spot right there. If they had shot that during the competition, that would be a miss.
Which is the score of 0, and they don't want that.
Nobody wants that.
It happens, though.
It does.
And you'll see more of that whenever you go, when they switch targets at the half. They are doing that because it's 4-H. It's not a USA shoot. And then people will shoot the wrong target at that point, which will also be a miss. So, yes, if you hit a 10, but it's not on your target, it's 0.
It is a 0.
We don't even cut it in half and make it a 5. It's a 0.
It's not even cool, Wendy.
No, it's not. That's not cool. Oh, please don't run on the range. I know those are adults, but
All right, that was the second scoring end. And there are 18 to go. Just a few.
and we're going to be here for all 18.
Yeah. So we've got Jacqueline here. I'm going to have to find somebody to help us with the cameras this afternoon.
Right?
Because Jacqueline's leaving us.
And my girl is at a swim meet, her varsity swim meet, so
We'll find someone. Ellie was like, oh, I'll do it. I'm like, you're shooting at
she's
one.
shooting at 1 too. Why didn't you think about all that,
I
Scott?
know. I didn't think about it. But we'll figure it out. That's how we roll.
And then I have a song in my head. This is how we roll. Yep.
So to shoot this shoot, you have to be a part of a 4-H or FFA club. And if you shoot a 4-H, of course, it's through the 4-H, 4-H, one of those 4-H clubs. If you're doing it through FFA, a lot of them are doing it through their high school and sign up for this competition.
Which is also FFA.
What did I say?
Through their high school.
Yeah. We know a few of these kids. That's Hudson that lives here in Houston area. Behind that is Ethan. We actually don't have a list of all the archers, but I'm not sure. It would be tough to figure out because there's no numbers on the ground. I'm looking right now. But we have about, how many archers do we have this morning? Probably, my guess is about 60. About 60 archers here shooting this morning, which is still a big shoot. It's just when the range is this big, it doesn't feel as big. Just looking through to see if everybody's scores are updated. There are a few not updating. We'll have to go and check that out.
See Sean's man purse. His merce.
Where's Sean's merce?
It's got to be on a table down in the front somewhere because I can see it in the picture.
Oh, Sean's merce. Oh, I see it.
It's got to be right down in front of us.
One thing about Sean is when we see Sean,
There he is, right
he
there.
has
red shirt.
Is it his flashlight? He's bragged about his flashlight. I think it cost him, was it $2 million? Maybe about $2.5 million.
We'll have to get Sean.
He was so proud of that expensive flashlight.
Hey, Sean. not going to yell because archers are at full draw.
Yeah.
He is right down in front of us, but
He's over there. He's the one with the
Yeah.
bald. We call him Bald Eagle.
you call him Bald Eagle. Scott's names for all of us are radio names. Yeah.
That's right. Windy Woo.
Yeah. Well, that's not what it was, but thank you, Trig, for my new name.
Your new
I'll
nickname.
go with my new nickname of Windy Woo. Don't even know where it came from.
I don't know either. But now everybody calls you it.
Yes. Everybody at the shop, at least.
Yeah, there's a guy that works for me that nicknames everyone. He has a, and I don't know. Once he comes up with it, it's stuck.
Stuck.
Yep. I don't know what you know what he calls me. You probably don't.
I don't know if I want to know. Boss, maybe?
No. He always refers to me as Pawpaw.
Pawpaw. All right. Well, you know.
I'm like, all right. He says I'm a dad to everyone.
That didn't sound weird at all to
No.
use archery tournament. Mm-mm.
I'm just telling you. That's what he said.
Okay. All right.
Third practice end.
What?
Third. All right, we're finally starting. No, I'm
Scoring.
teasing.
My word. Maybe you need to go back and talk to people.
I need another cup of coffee is what I need.
I've got this one, and I'm so happy it has a lid because these stinking gnats around here.
There are a few gnats.
But why? It's indoor.
I don't
And we're up on a
know.
platform. We're not even down on the floor where maybe, because it normally is like a cattle barn.
Mhm.
Well, during rodeo, and we're nowhere near the time of rodeo. So we're checking on those scores. Maybe they're scoring on paper and they haven't figured out the tablet yet, or there is a button that they have to click confirm. They don't click confirm, then it's not there. No worries. We will get that taken care of. They already had a meeting beforehand. So it was this morning. They had a meeting beforehand that scores must be written before arrows are pulled. If there's any issues with the score, in other words, if there's a discrepancy, then that needs to be taken care of before they pull those arrows. They are marking their arrow holes just like in USA Archery, just for the sole reason that there may be a bounce out. And if all of the holes are marked and you see there's a hole or a dent right there, then you can determine where or if there was a bounce out along with the proof of where the arrow lies on the ground.
What happens if there's two holes? One of them is a 2 and one of them's a 10 that was not marked. What happens if there's a bounce out?
Where's the arrow lying?
Right in front, to the right, in between the two.
Well, you've got to have proof to be able to call a point.
Okay.
You also asked the archers, did you see that?
Well, so you have two holes there. Let's just make it like this. One's a 9, one's an 8. They're side by side, and they have not been marked. The arrow's sitting on the ground. It looks like it could have come from either one of those holes. What does the archer get? What's the score?
First off, did anyone see the bounce out?
Okay, but I'm not asking that. I'm just asking if there's two holes, two are not marked, and we've already determined that it was a bounce out.
Oh, okay.
How do you score?
You take the lesser score.
That's right.
That's what you're getting at? Sorry, some things I think are just common sense, but I guess maybe.
Well, I was just making
People
sure
ask
everybody
those
understands. So
questions.
if there was a reason, if you weren't marking your holes, and there was a bounce out, they're going to take the lower score, even though you're like,
Right.
oh, it looked like it really was the 9.
No,
Like
we can't,
we can't do that. It has to go.
That's right.
It's going to go with that lower.
I did judge a tournament, and the archer wanted to argue with me, and I told him, I said, well, then it's a miss. You've got either the lower score and no. I know I saw it. Okay, did anybody else? Nope. Well, it's a miss. And there were two opposite sides, the two holes. They try their best. I always try my best. All right, here we go again. So happy that these archers got up early this morning to be here. We started check-in at 7 a.m. this morning, had equipment inspection. Their check-in, I believe they got a shirt and a hat. So they also do giveaways, not only with money prizes, but they do giveaways as far as shirts and hats for all of the archers. The breakfast, I believe there's going to be lunch too,
And dinner for us, I know.
really?
Yeah.
Huh. All right.
Pork butt. Is that a
Okay.
Texas thing or what?
I don't know that I've ever eaten pork butt.
Oh, I'm sure you have.
People probably knew not to tell me what the name of it before
What
I
you're
ate it.
eating.
They probably just told me it's pork. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. That's pig. I got it. Pork butt, not real sharp.
Bailey Honeycutt says hi to us.
Hey, Bailey.
She's probably
Sweet
sitting up there
archer.
at Texas A&M this weekend.
I was just going to say the same thing.
She's a freshman out there.
You can see that one right there. So if on that target, that would score a 30. That bottom left is cutting the line. If you're not familiar with archery, if it cuts the line, then it is the highest scoring ring. So that was a 30 for that archer. 10, 10, 10.
10, 10.
I know, I kind of felt like I was
10.
watching, or I was scoring gymnastics. Like I should have a card.
Yeah.
Hold up a 10. 10. 10. Or diving. I had to, score for diving the other day, and I was like, okay. So I'm writing. I had 7.5. Do you know for a 7.5 you're at a 7 and a slash? That's it.
How do you know? How do you judge?
I didn't judge it.
diving?
I just had to put the scores in.
Oh.
and-
So somebody's there going, that's a 7.5.
yeah.
I
So
think he
was-
didn't tuck enough.
Exactly. You got it.
Really?
They only got a half twist in, or because the diving
had their
sheets
pinky out.
say the diving sheets say it's going to be 1.5 twist, forward, whatever.
I would
forward
lose
dive.
track. Like, was that 1.5 or was that? I
That
don't
was
know.
me. I was like, huh, okay, I'm just writing the number.
It looked a twist. Definitely a twist.
Yeah, should not be the one judging. And I wasn't.
If we had in archery, if we could add some points for flair, that would be cool.
Oh yeah, because we see a lot of English.
Yes,
that
yes.
is, especially with Ryan.
Bojitsu is what I've been told it's
Yeah.
called.
Yep.
I made one up called bow yoga.
Yeah.
And what is bow yoga?
So they've dropped an arrow and they're kind of reaching for it with their
With
toe.
their little tippy toe, like to get that arrow to come back. Bow yoga. You're not allowed to do that.
It was kind of weird. I said Ryan's name and he appeared to my right. All right. There you're seeing the middle one is a 10.
I really have too much going on, don't I?
What's new?
So I'm like doing all this. I've got this going on. I got that going
You know,
on.
people cannot see you turning around
I am
and throwing your
like-
hands up in the air.
Like I don't care.
Like, right? My hands in the air like I just don't care.
Jacqueline, is the focus working a little better now? I haven't been paying attention.
Nah.
She's
look
like,
the same.
nah. Camera
She's
3.
working on it.
Let me see.
Briley and her older sister that just walked out. You can see Scott going side to side over here trying to figure things out up here.
Sweet.
All right, so scoring, if there were some that were not updating, they are updating now. You can see one of our judges, Joe, right there. Joe Kashurik. There may be a discrepancy on a call, or they may be needing a call. Nope, he was just checking in. The judges are wearing red shirts. That distinguishes them from the rest of the volunteers who are out here.
If you're just joining, we do have a very exciting afternoon tomorrow with shoot-offs. We'll be shooting off a lot of people. Top 8
That
move
didn't
on.
sound right. We're shooting all
off.
out of cannons.
Gonna
Man,
have
we
them,
got
yeah.
cannons.
They're going to go from one end of the range to the other.
Did you just? Jacqueline is cracking up. We lost Jacqueline.
We lost Jacqueline.
Good thing we don't need to move the cameras right now. Because
She could, you know what? If we did that, she could follow them with the cameras
Right,
because they're in a
she
good
could.
spot. Hands all flaring about as they're flying.
yes, you're like over here doing your hands. Nobody can see you.
Doesn't matter. They can imagine what I'm doing.
Don't. So it looks a little light in here this morning. Not going to be that way this afternoon.
Oh, it is going to be. I don't know if Jacqueline can show like the stadium seating
Well,
is
that's
amazing.
what's showing right now.
Oh, there.
That's what I was
and then
saying.
to the each end, if you look down there, you're going to see the big screens.
There's
yeah, see,
one
there's
right
one
there.
right
And that
there.
looks tiny because it's kind of at an angle.
But I think they're 20 feet.
It's bigger
Across.
than
They're
the
huge.
backdrop behind the big blue backdrop there.
Yeah.
And then there's one down at the other. There you are, right there.
They're ginormous.
Yes, yes. So you can see the possibility of how large this can grow. And this is just the amount for one line.
Yeah.
And if we continued to have 3 lines,
It's going to be
wow.
huge.
Yes. So exciting. This will be much fuller this afternoon. I'm
Do we-
guessing people who were traveling in probably wanted to wait for the 1 o'clock, give
Yeah.
them time to
Oh,
travel.
it's an easy one to come in. So she was talking about this thing being huge. First thing that popped to my head is, so I married an axe murderer. When the dad
You
kept
did.
referring to the guy, the son as, he'd paper, no.
Oh.
His head is huge.
Something that I evidently have not seen.
It's a classic. You need to put it on
It's
your
a
list.
classic. That's what that is.
Yeah, you
Okay.
got to put it on your list.
I think I've
If you
gone
have
with the
not-
wind as a classic.
No.
That's a classic.
No.
Yes.
So I Married an Axe Murderer is a classic. I'm the guy with that white sign that says So I Married an Axe Murderer is a classic. Prove me wrong.
Oh my gosh. I don't know, whenever we are looking at the archers, if you can see there is a blue line down in front of them. So it's in between them and the target. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because I just heard an arrow that hit the ground, which being on concrete, you can hear that. But if it passes,
Sparks and everything.
I said I heard it. I didn't hear sparks.
We can see them.
Anywho, if an arrow passes that line, it is considered a shot arrow, which is also a miss, with a score of 0.
Man,
There's lots of ways to score a 0. Very few ways to actually score.
very few ways. Other than just shooting the center. That's one way. You can score that way.
On your target.
If it hits the ground and skips
On
into the
your-
target, do you
no.
count it?
Sorry.
What about NASP?
NASP?
NASP, I believe you can hit the ground, and if it hits the scoring, it
I
counts.
don't think so.
I think so.
It'd be a total different ruling. Not ruling that here, though.
Hey, there's all kinds of cool rules out there.
Cool?
Yeah, cool.
Different, maybe.
I'm going to reach across you, Wendy.
Yeah, I see that. What's new? You fling your arms across my face.
Like I don't care.
Such a big disgrace.
Well, if you want to see the scores, it's great to be able to see the archers, but there's also great to see how they're doing. Go
Another
to
arrow.
Eyes on Score, and you will be able to find it live scoring. Click on live scoring, and you will be able to see this tournament. Click on it, and you'll be able to see those live scores.
Seeing some NASP, some recurve, some bare bows, all right there together.
We'll have to ask Jacqueline, do we need to, that camera in the middle, do we need to move that, or do you think it's a good spot?
Probably should have had her here when we were setting it all up last night. And she's pretty good about that since she does run those cameras. Very thankful for her and her family. I mean, because she can't drive, so her mom and her brother bring her everywhere. Her little brother.
Royce.
So yes, we love Royce. Love the whole family, sweet family. But Mama brings her every time we need her. So she couldn't do it without Mom. It would be difficult for us to do this without Jacqueline. So we are very thankful for Mom. Archers are now going down to score once more. That's probably a mama up there on the phone right now. See Mr. Michael Honacki with eyes on score. Very thankful for this product and the capability to bring you the scores as they are entered. You can be at home, you can be traveling anywhere away from your archer and still know what's going on. You heard me say, and you've probably heard me say before, that I have kids that swim, and if we switch roles and one of us is at swimming and one of us is at archery, then I can still keep up with what's going on. Love it. Those with a JR on the back, I believe those are junior committee members. They are out here helping as well. There's Mr. Rick Stonebreaker.
Camera placement is a little bit of a problem when you have this many bales.
Right.
And Jacqueline and I were just talking, hey, should we have had the cameras in a different spot?
Well, you know, I got to thinking about that while y'all over there chit-chatting. For this morning, maybe, but for this afternoon, when we've got a larger span of targets, I believe we need them where they're placed right now.
She was talking about moving them a little closer toward the 20-yard line so that she'd get a better view on the actual targets. But once this thing's full, I'm not sure there's a good spot.
That's what I was talking about. And then now tomorrow afternoon at least, we'll probably need to move them. Well, we will move them because the whole setup will be changed for the shoot-offs.
And I believe it's going to be right here in the center.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would think so.
So we'll be moving all the cameras
because
around.
To move our stage and everything, all of our equipment, that would be difficult.
It's going to be some work getting this thing set up.
Oh, I think I need to take off.
Need to take off. These gnats, what on
I
earth?
don't know. I had one fly at my... They leave you when they come to me.
They do. Look at it.
Stop.
Right there.
Why aren't they going to the lights? I don't understand. We've got lights up here. Why are they not drawn to the lights?
Right?
Aren't they supposed to be drawn to light?
I need a drink. Wow.
It's too early for that.
I was talking about water.
All right. Bye, Mel. Nice to have you with us this morning.
Yeah, good seeing you, Mel. Mel's always on the go, isn't he?
Yes, he is. I love it. He ends up with aloha.
Aloha. Anytime he sends me a text, it's not a thumbs up. It's like the aloha
yeah.
with the finger.
Like
with
the hang ten.
Yeah. There's a good picture, good video of one of our youth archers.
The taller one.
His head cut off. He used to be so small.
Yes, he did. About the size of that one.
Yeah.
Oh, this little fella. Take a deep breath, friend.
Love the hat.
Friend.
friend.
I know. And then
By
you
the end of the
gotta-
weekend, you guys will be sick of that word. Trust me.
Oh,
But yeah,
he didn't like his shot.
This afternoon's going to be nuts.
It's going to be loud in here.
It's going to be nuts. But welcome to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo's archery competition. Again, you guys are probably saying, whoever's joined, we're not
Rodeo?
even close to the rodeo.
Is this a recording of last year?
Yeah, because it was so popular, they had to pick a different time, and they wanted to get this arena. This arena is available in October, and so that's what it gives them the ability to be able to take advantage of this entire facility and maybe for years to come.
Yeah, and in January there's all the national tournaments going on. January, February, you've got Vegas, where a lot of archers go, and it's just a crazy time of year. December, you've got
really is.
Christmas. November is Thanksgiving. So here we are in October. That's what finds
in
us
October.
here.
In October,
That's right.
end of October.
Yeah, still October. It got us into indoor season, but it keeps it away from Thanksgiving when everyone starts traveling, and this was the best time for it.
There's Elise with her Olympic recurve blue stabilizer. You can see it.
She's
There's a-
got the skirt on right there. That was Ethan's brother, who we had just seen in the previous line.
I think it's cool when archers take their binoculars and set them on top of their cams, just to kind of settle
Right.
their sight so they can see better.
Oh,
That is a good view of all the different bows that are out here.
right. Now you get to see some of the compound bows.
We see compound, we see barebow, we see recurve, we see a little of everything. So when they did squad these archers, they or group them. They tried to group them by division so that they get to shoot with their divisions.
That gentleman right there that you just saw, and then he walked off, he is the one that was with Julia her first year, and then still came to find her last year
That's cool.
to see how she was doing. That's the kind of customer service I'm talking about right there.
A little Hoyt FX. That is one of my favorite bows of all time
Why is that?
because it works great for youth archers. It is a great beginner bow, 35 inches target bow, and it shoots great. We've had multiple kids win national championships off of that model of bow. Even as recent as last year, one of our kids was shooting one of those little Hoyt FX, and it's got to be 10 years old now, 8 or 10 years old, and she won Vegas.
What's the difference between it and a Prevail?
Prevail is a newer model and a bigger bow. So the
Well, it's,
Prevail
what,
went down
2
to
inches
went to
or-
a 37 and
Yeah.
a 40. There is Michael Honacki. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen.
I know,
Never mind.
You do that
That is
all
not
the
Michael
time.
Honacki. That is
Look,
Michael
that's
Honacki.
Michael Honacki.
He is handling all the scoring for this weekend through Eyes on Score, just making sure if there's a problem, he is available. Most of the time, there's not a problem, other than if it's a Wi-Fi issue or a tablet issue. It looks like all the scores are updating. Let's see.
There
I'm gonna
you go. You
ahead
can
and
see it on our screen.
let's take a little look and see how we're doing.
Take a look, see Scott.
Yep. So we are moving right along. That was end 6. Compound junior male. Trustin Nelson is in first place right now by 5 points over Christopher Hood. We'll go to compound junior female. And there are 5 of them competing right now, with Emma Turner in the lead with a 160. compound senior male. These are the guys that are going to be shooting off for the big shoot at the end, whoever wins that one. Levi Harkey is in the lead with a 178, which he was one of the ones we interviewed last year, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
Aiden is in second. Caden is in third. Caden. But they're all within a few points. So that's going to be a fun one to watch. This afternoon, we'll start seeing a lot of scores come in because of over like 180 archers this afternoon. And there's several on there that I recognize. Wow, that gnat.
It's almost comical. It's sad, but comical.
Yeah. So we just got 3 barebow female shooting this morning. Emma is leading right now. Barebow senior male, just 2. As I said, this is what's going on right now. A couple NASP archers. NASP senior females, there's 4 of them shooting.
I almost unplugged myself.
Junior recurve female, 3 archers right now. Elise is with a 117 leading that group. Recurve senior female. We have a few there. Ruth is in the lead with a 139. And recurve senior male, we have, well, maybe, I don't think they've all updated. Let me update it real quick here. Ethan Chan is in first. So let's see. They shot 6 ends. 6 ends. But thank you everybody for joining. This is, this broadcast is brought to you by Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, Raising an Archer. Oh, but this is something that Wendy and I do a lot of when we can. Whenever somebody asks us if we want to come and do live coverage of an archery event, the answer is usually, I say heck yeah. Wendy, she uses other words. No, I'm teasing. She does not. She does not.
Don't even.
I'm just teasing. If you want to check out, Wendy and I do have a podcast called Raising an Archer. It's on all major podcast platforms. We also have a Patreon account. If you want to go check that out, we have some videos out there. Some of our podcasts are done through video, and we post those there. This weekend, we plan to have several of these youth archers come and do interviews with us, so we'll bring them up here. I see Levi down there right now that we had interviewed last year. But we'll be interviewing archers. We have an old interview booth, and that we'll be interviewing those archers as they finish up this morning. I am sure that Derek Begno, one of the committee,
he's so good about finding archers
members,
for us.
Yeah, will go and recruit some to come and sit down and do an interview with us. Boy, the rodeo's done it right. They've gotten all the nice clocks. They've got a whole cool setup here. I think the practice range is pretty awesome. That they've got a whole practice range that kids can go.
I just want to know
up.
where all these targets came from. These are nice targets.
Are they hips? Is that what they called? They look
I didn't
nice.
remember seeing that on the back of them, but
these are all rodeo targets too.
are they?
Yeah.
Wow. So they have gone and purchased their own now.
They've purchased everything.
Nice.
The rodeo does do it right. I can tell you, they do that right for everything.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
They're kind of like us. Go big or go home.
Go big or go home.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little picture-in-picture action going there. Well, we have now we don't. We did. She threw me for a loop. she's raising her hands like, okay, whatever. I'll put it back up there. I'm just picking on you. Uh-oh.
You can't make him happy, Jacqueline. It's not possible.
Jacqueline will be like, yep, I'm not doing this anymore.
Right?
Too stressful.
Not
She's
putting
like,
up with Scott.
It's not that stressful, is it? No. She's shaking her head. So Jacqueline, she is 14 years old, and I got it right.
Oh, wow.
So she's 14 years old. She's handling all the cameras, all the scenes, all the transitions.
Yes.
I think that's pretty amazing.
Absolutely.
And if you wanted to see what she's doing, it is a little bit of a work of art, because she is like managing all the cameras before she switches them to the live feed, which I think is pretty cool. So it does take a little bit of work. You got to think ahead on what scene, what picture you're going to do. You'll see during the shoot off is when it's going to be really cool. And but when Jacqueline makes it to the finals, we're going to have to find somebody else. She's shaking her head.
It's our
When
DOS,
yeah.
Jeff Dabney, sitting there at the table.
He will be the DOS for the shoot-offs. He does an amazing job
Yes,
at
he
that.
does.
There's a lot of work that he's looking at us right now. I think he's looking at us. But because they've got 20 seconds to shoot an arrow, so it's pretty intense.
That's where the Merce is.
I see
down
the Merce.
there. Yeah. Well, I can't. I all I can see is the screen. So,
See your big head in the screen is what you see.
no.
But I hope everybody's enjoying this. This is one way that parents and grandparents and friends can watch their archers. Like I said, tomorrow afternoon is what I'm excited about. That is going to be so much fun. It's going to be a lot of work to get it set up. They're going to be shooting off platforms. We've got the platforms here. We'll get the clocks ready. We'll get the cameras ready, and they'll be moving targets in. It's going to be a
Do we
scene.
have blinds
Blinds. What does that mean?
for people calling the arrows and so they don't get shot?
Oh, blinds. Like they should protect them. I mean, they should.
Maybe. You
Maybe.
know. It's just committee members.
It's just committee members.
That's just volunteers. All right.
You know what would be cool? I wonder how many of these they have, these Houston Livestock Show, because
I have two of them down there.
they have two.
One on. I know. I'm saying it would be cool to have two, one on each side.
I think it'd be cool with three. One behind it, and then two on the side.
That no, because they don't want them to get shot.
They won't get shot. It's a gold medal match. I would trust my cameras down there. I do trust my cameras
Yeah,
down there.
I was gonna say we do.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I think everything's going pretty smooth this morning. I haven't seen any issues.
The camera to the right.
To the right.
To the right. To the right.
Yeah. We've got our 20-foot screens on the side, which that was a nice little touch.
Yes, it was.
He had said
That's
something about
amazing.
screens. I didn't realize they were talking about
Yeah,
this.
like Jumbotron screens.
Yeah.
They look small in the camera, but it's
You-
just because the angle.
Yeah, you walk up to them. They're ginormous.
Yeah,
They're big.
ginormous.
Ginormous.
Uh-huh. You can see the archers coming back. This morning, I think we have almost as many committee members as archers.
I think so.
Which, again, is amazing. So you can see the back of the screen right there, how large that is. Still,
Wendy,
doesn't
can you
seem to
run?
do.
Can you run over there real quick so we can have a perspective?
No.
No. That'd be nice if you did that.
Because my headset won't reach that far, and I know that you would make fun of me. So I wouldn't be able to listen to what you're
You
saying
know, me make fun of you. Come on.
all the time. Archery is for everyone. Look, you've got left-handed archers, you've got right-handed archers, you've got all the different
You got
bow
tall
types.
archers.
You've got tall archers, you've got short archers, you've got old archers. Look at
Look at the
as
tall
Sean
one.
with
That
her.
poor tall kid. He's just right there in the middle of all those short
The
kids.
poor tall kid.
It's like Ryan, my son. He's like that. Always the tallest. That is a Matthews TRX. He's shooting a Ultra View scope. Looks like a CBE sight. Tough to tell from this angle. That's what you would consider a target bow. You can set up a bow as a target style, which there's bow hunting, but that is truly a target bow. Looks like it's a 40 or a 38. I can't tell from here. He's shooting. Looks like a what release was he shooting? I couldn't tell. It's a button of some sort. If you're coming this afternoon, Texas Archery does have a little booth there, with a bow press. So if any of the archers have any issues, we'll be able to fix those quickly. Of course, I didn't bring hardly any tools. I left them sitting. I know exactly where they are. They're just sitting right in my garage, right by the door. But Jeff Dabney was supposed to bring some tools for Ryan in case there was an issue.
I know that whenever he and I were judging him, Brian, a couple of weekends ago, he had his bag with some tools in it.
Awesome.
I don't have too many tools, but my cart is outside in the parking lot in my car.
So that is, what bow is that? I'm looking, that looks like.
Got an Excel sight on it.
Yep. That is an Elite.
I can tell that.
Got a Matthews behind it. That looks like that is a Matthews. It's a full draw with a Shibuya sight with an ultra view scope. So one thing with target, when you talk about sight is the piece of the equipment that you use to adjust where it is.
What the scope goes on.
Yeah, the scope is
the round housing and then the lens that would go in it.
And the one thing for the compounders here, it's just compound. There's no bow hunter division. There's no open class. It's all the same. So what that means is that they can put lenses in their scope to make it a little closer so they can see it a little better.
Another ultra view right there.
A lot of ultra view scopes. We've got an Elite bow. Looks like he's shooting PS 23s. The maximum arrow size is a 23.
It's like a Black Eagle.
Yep. And the variance on that for the rodeo, this is not, you got to remember, this is 4-H has a 24/64 is what the size is. The shaft on most 23s will fit, but the variance of the point is the issue that everybody runs into. The point does not fit. So what they've done for the rodeo, they changed it a little bit. They made it a 9.3 millimeter shaft, which is basically a 23/64, but they've also added a variance of a 9.4, so that takes care of that issue.
I don't know what Ethan is thinking down there. He's like having to fit with the target. Those two right there shoot with each other and against each other all over the nation.
If you want to see something cool, the kid in the green there, if you go out to Lancaster Classic for 2024, you will...
Hold on, 2024?
2023.
I was like, that's a 4-year span.
Yeah. So you go to 2023, you go to, it was in February, Lancaster Classic. You'll see that kid on stage, on the big stage there, which was amazing.
He can outshoot his dad.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, all the time.
Yeah. One of the elite archers in the nation.
Yes, he is. Mr. Chap Post right there next to Ethan Chan.
And
Not
Ethan's
sure
no,
who the little bro is down at the bottom.
Little bro.
Well, look at his shirt.
What?
It says bro.
Does it say bro? Oh, it does. It does. I thought you were just messing with him. I was like, wow, Wendy. Go call little kid bro.
Yeah, because that's what's on his shirt.
Yeah. What's up, bro?
Oh, man. Fun times, fun times.
Good times.
Oh, hey,
Good
Sean.
times.
How much was that
Flashlight.
flashlight? $2 million, right?
$6 million.
million.
$6 million light.
Yes.
My son asked him.
He goes, I have one. Do you want me to show it on camera? And I said, yes. He goes, no.
He pulled it out, and he pulled out his flashlight. It's like, oh, you can make fun of my flashlight? And Ryan's like, is that made of gold? It's like, shut up.
His wife sent me the link to order one.
To order one. Like, man, I'm a little bougie, but I don't think I can afford that flashlight.
So Joe's down there teaching volunteers. Evidently, I don't know what Joe's doing. She's laughing. What's that sign? Can't tell if he was like smoking or is this
Smoking.
okay
He's
or
smoking.
what is that? Now what is he doing? Like I don't know,
Yeah,
talking
what is
about
he
hand
doing?
signs. I don't know.
What's he doing?
Joe's funny. I didn't have to certify this field, but he was up here yesterday and
certifying.
helping with. Well, I don't know what he was doing, but anyway, he was helping us with laying cables.
Certifying.
And he's like-
certifiable.
He says, "Are you gonna make me move this?" Because out at Buffalo for state, you know, there were a few lines that were missing, and so I was like, "Hey, this needs to be fixed." Fine.
Fine. I don't want to talk about it.
I think he got it done in record time though, but because before we left, you know, verifying targets and
Yeah.
everything, he already had it done.
He was good.
But
It's
I
all
guess I am
good.
that kind of judge. I'm like, hey, this isn't right. It's got to be fixed. At least they know that I care and I do my job.
That's true.
I'd rather be outdoors, cute shirt. Even though it's not a guy, it's still cute. He's
I
a
know.
kid.
I was wondering, like,
Waiting
what a
for you
cute
to-
shirt.
I didn't say cute top. I did say cute shirt.
So cute.
It is really nice. See, now you can see bro.
Bro,
Yep.
my little hard drive is not showing correctly. Trying to record something here for us, but
That's sad.
it's sad. Sad.
So sad, friend.
So sad. So sorry.
Oh. White zombie. There you go. That's a Halloween shirt right there.
Speaking of Halloween,
Boo.
Wendy and I may put on a show tomorrow for everybody. Jacqueline looks like, oh, did we not tell you what you're wearing tomorrow?
She goes, what?
Excuse me?
So the bottom archers have shot. Now the top archers are stepping up to the line. Is that the new hat for this year? Because I have not seen that hat before.
If it was, I would have thought I would have seen more of those hats.
I don't remember that last year.
That wasn't last year. Does it say Houston Livestock Show and
Yes.
Rodeo? If that's the new hat, that's pretty awesome.
Because it's Ranch and Wildlife right there. I
We
think.
need a hat. I need a hat.
Derek.
Oh, Wendy's trying to get herself a hat. We both need
I
hats.
love hats. Is that this year's hat?
No, ma'am.
Oh, okay. What year was that? I missed that one.
Tell her to go left. Go left.
Go left.
Go left, he said. Go to Hood.
Yeah, go little boy in light blue.
He's about to come off the line with the green bow.
Oh, there he goes.
No, he's still there. What does this year's hat look like?
Is it the same as last year or is it different? It's different. See if you can get us a couple hats.
Yeah, that's what he said he's going to do.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
We need 3
Linda.
hats. Oh, no, you already
He
get a
already
hat.
said 3.
Okay.
Oh, she already gets one. She's an archer.
That's all right.
All right.
He'll make it happen.
Right?
It's a different kid.
No, that's it. She was on him.
Oh, was she?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was probably looking. He's not used to our setup, so he was probably looking somewhere else. So.
I probably was.
Not you. Oh my word! Just get with the program.
Oh, you're talking about
Derek.
Derek. Barrick Degno.
Oh my gosh. So
Derek
Derek is
Begno.
with Texas
Oh, yeah, that's right,
Archery,
that's right.
and he's also on the committee here at the Ranch and Wildlife Committee. So
You know, he was the one that invited us out here in the first
Yes,
place, which
yes.
we appreciate.
no kidding.
It's been a very good relationship with him bringing us in and us taking care of him. But we have, like we said, we have about 60 archers this morning. There were a few no-shows. The concern on no-shows sometimes are that they missed what we had last weekend. People thought they'd signed up for Sunday when they actually signed up for Saturday, or vice
But there
versa.
was a confirmation email that went out. It went out twice.
Yes, it did. And it had the wrong link for live scoring. So if you clicked on it, it took you to registration, which the registration page got a little messed up because of me. But the actual live scoring was fixed. And so you have, Archer has their bail assignment. If you click on it, has their bail assignment, when they're going to shoot, and it will give you their live scores. Ah, yes, everything is working like it was supposed to.
Didn't sound weird at all. Haha, yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes, friend.
If we were up north, yeah.
But we're not. No, even when I go up north, I still don't say yeah.
No. Wendy does not sound like a northerner at all.
Nope. What
That
end
was
are
the
we
2022 hat.
on? Ah, okay.
Thank you, Randall.
Yep, that was the 1 year I missed. Luke was swimming at state, and that was his first year to swim at state. He swam at state again last year, but for high school. And he said because it was the second year and not his senior year that, oh my goodness. Stinking gnats. Ah, sweet. Oh, cool.
A little bit more like
Look.
Oh, yeah, I like
Yeah,
those.
super retro.
Yeah.
So we've got our new hats here. Let me get it in front of the. You can see it says ranching, and the cameras are backwards,
Perfect.
so it's hard for me to get it right.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, like this, but turn it like, oh my word.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I was trying to get it where they could see ranching and wildlife, Houston Livestock Show, and rodeo. So nice. I'm happy to have my hat.
You are happy to have your
I
hat.
love hats.
see
Love,
here.
love, love.
All right. There we go. Now we're set. Now we look good. Look at that. Look at that hat.
Styling and
See,
profiling.
I have to sit like gangster and everything.
Please don't.
The hat's a little big. This will probably fit your head, though.
What? Rude.
Jacqueline just noticed that somebody was actually using a back quiver.
Yeah, oh, I did
Did you see that? Can you get that camera on it, or is she gone?
No, she's there. Right there.
There she is. Yeah, yeah. So that is legal. Can do a whole Robin Hood thing.
Right.
Whip it out. Just make sure you don't stab anybody. She's shooting a Genesis bow. There are some rules on Genesis, but here it is not as strict as it is on a normal Genesis. Normally, a Genesis bow requires that it's an Easton arrow that's required. Not in this competition. The Genesis bow does. It can't be a mini. It cannot be a pro, but they're allowed to shoot any arrow that's a 20, 23 or smaller. Good view there. That would be considered a bow hunter setup if there was a bow hunter style shoot. But the one thing for 4-H, 4-H is a grassroots type of organization, so it brings in a lot of archers to be able to try it out. Great organization for getting archers into the sport. And then you'll see these kids continue to grow as they get stronger and stronger. We started in 4-H. That's how we got into archery. We couldn't find any type of organization to, we were calling shops. We were calling whatever we could. We ran into somebody. I say ran into somebody. There was somebody at our church that was running a 4-H archery club, and that's how we got into it. Showed up for our first one thinking that we were ready to go, and we were not. The bow we brought was not good enough to shoot, so we ended up buying another bow, which was a Mission Craze. Ryan grew so fast within the first year, we ended up going to a Mission Riot. If anybody remembers that bow, it was a bigger bow. Ryan was 10 years old. We went to Vegas, shot Vegas with that bow, and never looked back. We fell in love with the sport and continue to love the sport. Love seeing these archers, these youth archers, continue to shoot and get stronger, and we're going to continue to see this get bigger.
Julia started out with the Mission Craze 2. Well, actually, she started out on a Genesis, then went to the Mission Craze 2, then never looked back. One bow right after another. We didn't move from one to the other because I was like, no, she's not going to like this. It's going to be 6 weeks.
She'll
okay,
move on.
At the end of 6 weeks. Okay, well, it'll be 6 months. Yeah, 6 months she outgrew and had to get another bow. Not that
she's been a few bows, not as many as Ryan, but she's been through a lot of bows.
Yeah. So after the, she had the Mission Craze, then it was the Elite. I don't remember which Elite she had.
That camera 3 is causing us some problems, isn't it? I'm going to take a look at it real quick. I'm going to mute me so I can take a look at this camera.
So that they're telling them right now is that once that they score and they go ahead and switch their targets, because we are evidently at the half, which means that if you were a bottom shooter, you will now shoot top. If you were a top shooter, you will now shoot bottom. So it's time for them to move their target. All right, they are going down to score in 10. Scott, has anyone said what kind of a break they're going to take, or if they're taking a break? Are they taking a break at the half, since we're at the half, or are they moving right on through?
The guy in charge says he doesn't know.
Targets are being laid out. They are taking a 10-minute break, and the
10-minute break.
clock has already started because Derek said we're at 9:55.
Well, I guess let me go ahead and let's take a little break so that we can get some something to drink while this is going on. So I'm going to go ahead.
That sounds great.
I'll set it at 9 minutes, and hope you guys enjoy. Well, this was a video of a couple archers that did an interview with us. One of them was Ava, and I can't remember the other one's name, but go ahead and enjoy that for the next 9 minutes.
They're all going to be youth archers here today,
right?
but
So go ahead and look at the camera when you answer, because you're talking to the crowd, the millions that are online. Don't feel like this is too nerve-wracking, but there's roughly 20 million people watching right now.
No.
Just give or take.
don't listen to him.
So go ahead and look at the camera. Go ahead and give us your name.
I'm Ava Pear.
Ava Pear.
Yeah.
And tell us what kind of bow do you shoot? What archery or what 4-H club do you shoot for?
I shoot for the Johnson County 4-H, and I shoot Compound Elite Ember.
Okay, that's
Right.
a
We've
very good
heard
bow.
a lot of elites come through our area.
Yeah.
So how long have you been shooting?
I think about a year.
Wow. All right. So this is your first time to shoot the rodeo?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. How do you like it?
I love it.
All right. So what would you tell your friends who shoot archery? Would you tell them to come to this tournament?
Yes.
Absolutely. What do you like the best about it?
About their the people, they're just so nice.
Yes. You know, I talk a lot about, when we talk about archery, I talk about it being like a family, like an archery family. So I see you have Alvarado on there. You know, my daughter and Rendon have shot together for a few years. And so we just got back from Vegas. And Rendon came and talked to my daughter while, she was shooting before and after. And, we don't live close together. We're like 5 hours away from wherever you live. So it's pretty awesome that, you get these friends that last a lifetime. So have you made any friends while you were here?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's what it's all about. And what kind of you shoot the elite, and then
Shooting
you've
for
been
about a
shooting
year.
about a year. And
Were you rooting for Brendan when she was shooting at Lancaster?
Yes.
Was that
Yeah.
awesome?
Yeah.
So I sent a picture to her dad while it was going on that we were doing selfies with Rendon as she was on that
on
platform.
the
Like,
screen. Yeah.
so is this your first rodeo?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, would you want to come back?
Yes.
This is a good,
Awesome.
This is a fun shoot, right?
Yes.
We like hearing that.
Yeah. So, and you both shoot compound, and you guys are you guys going to continue doing this? You think?
Yes.
You do.
Yeah.
Are there any other sports that you guys do?
I do gymnastics, so it's a here and there thing.
Yeah. All right. So what got you into shooting?
My dad actually. One day we just came into the shop and I wanted to try it out, so I kind of just shot a bow, and I got the adrenaline rush of actually shooting a bow.
Yes.
And so we ended up getting just a little PSC, and I grew out of that really fast. So I got the Ember.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that's a-
kids
that's a
normally
great
run
youth bow.
out and
That's a
grow
great-
out. How
great-
many bows have you gone through?
I'm still on my first bow.
Still
So-
on your first one? All right. Yeah. Well, I'm sure you have more to come.
Yeah,
Everyone
boys
seems
seem to grow through bows way faster.
Oh.
Especially once they hit about 13, it's just boop, 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 boop.
Well, this is Julia's third bow.
Yep.
So,
She's been through several bows.
yep. But anyway, I'm so glad that y'all are here, and I hope you continue to come, and we'll keep seeing y'all shooting, and then good luck with 3D.
Yeah.
See what we were talking, because my daughter, she doesn't really like 3D, but she likes the target side. Have you shot 3D?
Yes, ma'am.
And what do you like better?
Probably Target.
Target. See, and she likes the 3D. So that's pretty much how it goes. Though you like one or the other.
Yep.
All right.
I
So go ahead.
I like target shooting too.
Yeah.
Makes it a little easier if you miss.
Right. It doesn't shoot off into the weeds, and then you've either lost an arrow or you have to go search for it. Exactly. I totally get that. Yeah, because with 3D, the elevation's different, the distances are different, the animals are different, the placement of the kill shot is different. So yeah, it's there's a lot that can go wrong there. And if you just kind of have a disconnect in your brain and you forget to move your sight, and there's where you're looking for that arrow.
Yeah.
We've gone through that. And then you also have the elements of the weather. It's either hot, there's bugs, or it's cold, or it's raining, and they just don't shut them down unless there's lightning. So, yeah, that makes it a little bit, I like it a little bit to be out there and knowing that it's all different, because the wind in here, we have no wind. The lighting is the same. We're at the same distance. The target doesn't change. So there's that. But whenever you go out and I almost equate it to, I've talked about it before, like golf. So golf, you hit your ball. There's there's the bunkers, there's the pond, what have you, and the weather, and then you got to go chase it. So it's kind of like 3D. You've got to go to the next one, and same thing with field. You shoot at that target, and you got to go to the next target, and who knows what's going to be there, if there's a small target or a birdie or something like that. And same thing with the animals. You don't know what kind of animal you're going to have. Are you going to have a bear? Are you going to have the turkey, an alligator, what have you? And we have a little bit of an advantage at the shop because we have an indoor 3D range. And so that makes it kind of nice to where we can kind of go in and sight in. We also have a 50-yard range and we have a 20-yard range. So we can go and practice a little bit with the different animals, but it still is not the same as going outside. And then the lighting outside, what if it's cloudy? What if it's bright sun? What if the target's underneath the tree? You know, there's all these different things that go in with 3D. What makes you like 3D?
I love seeing all the different animals,
Yeah.
and especially the really small animals.
Like the badger and
This past summer, I actually shot a squirrel.
what? Was it like the size of a squirrel?
It was like maybe a little bigger than a regular
Alright.
squirrel.
Yeah.
But we were standing like maybe 15 feet in front of it.
Right.
And so you're trying to shoot practically straight down and hit a squirrel.
Yes. That makes it a little tougher. Yeah, we did that with it was an alligator, probably at about 15 feet, maybe even closer. And the kill shot was right on the back, but you had to go at it from an angle, so you just didn't go straight down into the stand. And yeah, it was a little more difficult.
Yeah.
So have you done field?
Yes.
Yes. What do you think about that?
I like it, yeah.
You like it? All right. What is your favorite animal on 3D? Do you like the bigger ones or the smaller ones?
If there's a medium size, I
Medium.
love those.
Not too hot, not too cold,
Yeah.
just right. I got it.
Like the antelope. I like the antelopes.
Yeah. Yep. Well, that's kind of like a deer, you know, probably
Yeah.
like kind of what you would probably go hunting for. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies, for being here. Is there anything you want to add? No, both of y'all got real quiet when I asked if you wanted to add anything. Okay, any shout outs to your parents? Who brought you here today?
Both.
Both
My
mom and dad?
Yeah, mom and dad.
Mom and dad brought you? All right. Well, a big
I do
thanks.
have a shout out.
Yes, go for it.
I'd like to shout out Alyssa Garcia. She's currently shooting a junior barebow female.
Wow. Awesome. All right. Well, there you go. There was your shout out there. And we do want to thank the parents, because without the parents, you guys wouldn't be here and you guys wouldn't be in an archery. All right. So thank you very much. And I hope to see y'all during awards this afternoon.
Yes.
Yes. All right. I love the smiles. That's awesome. That's what it's all about. That's why we do this, because we're.
Hey guys, we're back. Yeah, we're back.
You had me muted.
Because you were putting it
again.
on, so I didn't want to make a bunch of racket. Well, we're still during the break, but
my
we just
spot
went ahead
and
and decided to come on back to you guys. Wendy and I, we love doing this, and I'm glad that they invited us back again.
Absolutely.
We are halfway through. The first 30 arrows are done. Right now, we're going to go through the list. Compound junior male men. Tristan Nelson is in first place with a 271, with Christopher Hood and Connor Hoffman right behind him. Again, these are just for these times. So when we get into the second half this afternoon, we're going to see some of that change up. Definitely.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee right now that you're in the top 8.
That's right.
So if you are in the top 8 after tomorrow's qualifier, which is at 8 a.m., it'll probably be right around 11. I would think that it would all kind of come to an end. You can. There's one way.
11,
one little
12.
trick out there is if you think you're going to be on the bubble and you're looking for an average score, you can actually look and see what your average score
Yes.
is, and look at what the other people's average
Yes.
scores are, and you can kind of get an idea.
And that is on Eyes on Score. It's got the average there for each arrow.
Yep. Compound junior female Emma Turner had a 265. She's leading the pack. We have compound senior male Levi
Emma
Harkey.
was my little friend that I was
Was
just
it?
talking to. Yeah.
Levi Harkey shot a 298
Wow.
out of a possible 300. He dropped 2 points on the very first end,
And
then
then
he
kept it clean.
kept it clean at that point.
That's the way to do it.
yeah.
You know, it's arrow by arrow. So if you have a miss or you shoot a score that you normally wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
want to shoot, that's where that middle game comes in, and you've got to keep it together, because it's just keep it clean from there on out.
Yeah.
Every archer that I have talked to has said you've got to focus on the good shots. But then Matthew Parmenter
That's so
said,
easy. So easy to say,
right.
isn't it?
You know, Julia was texting Matthew this week about, and he, you know, his tips and tricks on how to do that, because he says that shot of bliss and that one shot, if you have just one shot, you need to focus on that one that everything went right.
Yeah. What's cool
And-
about his is he says he cannot think of anything other than that.
Yes. But in his talks with Julia this week, it's been that it took time to get there.
Yep.
And what were those tips and tricks that helped him to get there.
Focus on that one.
Yes,
Because
to
what is
focus on the one.
our human nature is to focus on the bad.
Yes. Oh my
Like,
gosh, I can't believe I did that and that shot, and it was terrible. And now the whole day is ruined, and now my score is tanked.
Yeah,
and
and they're just ready
that
to
just keeps
just take
going.
that bow and just drop it in the trash as they walk
Yeah.
away, right?
Yep. So it snowballs, and it's kind of hard to keep on track or to get back on track once that has happened.
And that is true. Compound senior female, Haley, 251. I'm just going to go through. There's only a few in some of these divisions. Barebow juniors, there's only 2 shooting. Barebow senior female, Emma is leading right now.
I don't know why I'm looking over there because I can see it over here too.
Barebow
I mean, I've got it
senior
everywhere.
male, just
And then
2
you
of
get a
them.
good shot at my hat.
Yeah, I'm just going to kind of NAFS senior female, Haley Hunter is leading right now. Recurve junior female, Elise Chan with a 199. Recurve senior female, Ruth Schmel is from Dallas County, is leading with a 201. And recurve senior male, this is going to be a tight match. I think there's a lot of good shooters in this division. Hudson is leading with a 279, Ethan 277. So it's going to be very close with that match for this morning, and then we'll see how it goes this afternoon. But I would say that those guys are going to put up some really good scores this morning. Those will be the scores that you probably will have to beat this afternoon and tomorrow to be able to get into that top 8. If you guys want to see live scoring, it is on eyesonscore.com. Top right corner, there's a little, Wendy calls it a hamburger, 3 lines. That's on your phone. If it's on a computer, you don't see it. You'll just see all the tabs across the top. Click on live scoring. Click on Houston Livestock Show and Rodeos Archery Competition, and then you'll be able to see the live scores. 1 minute, and we're going to get started again. Archers are coming to the line. If you haven't, if you haven't been at a Houston rodeo shoot, you are missing out. They are making this a platinum level type of competition, and I think it is going to be the competition of the year when it comes to youth archery. There's a lot of them here in Texas, and it's continuing to grow. They've got us on a platform. They have big screen TVs. I mean, the stadium seating is pretty sweet. Like, they've just got chairs. Like, it is nice. They're decent chairs, too. It's not like it's just like stadium, like metal seats or anything like that. I did not mute you. I did not mute you.
No, I did that because Mr. Stonebreaker was coming in, talking to me and explaining something that they're doing. And they are using this as a teaching kind of thing, but I wanted to clarify a few things with him as well. And then we've got our recurve friends are evidently super worried because they've asked me, they've asked him, they've asked Joe, what is the situation for tomorrow? There are only 13 senior recurve men.
There's 8. It's
Top
across the board.
8.
Top 8.
Yeah.
Top 8
Okay.
are moving on.
Because someone told them
Oh,
top
no?
4.
Hold on.
Okay. We're
So-
we're even getting better clarification.
So for the shoot off, I thought we were doing top 8 for the shoot off. No?
No, because we only pay out for 3 on those other divisions, so we only do 4.
Okay. So we're only doing 4.
Compound is 8, everybody else is 4, because those classes are a lot smaller.
There we go. We just had confirmation.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and turn some music on here for a second.
You know the drama is never ending. Don't let it get the best of you. And all the fake friends just keep pretending. That's how the little things get huge. Paralyzing every pore. Oh, you feel it taking over you. To the center of your core. The lies are getting overused.
So we are getting confirmation on that. There may have been a little misunderstanding on my part. On
your part?
Yeah, on the shoot off, on how many people move on. They're going to go ahead and get me a final word on that so that we know for sure, because I misunderstood, because when I was talking to him about how many people were shooting off, I was talking about compound. Compound is shooting compound men, female. 8 of them are making it to the final 8. I thought that was across the board. I didn't realize that was the only one. But they're going to go ahead and give us some clarification. We'll have that here momentarily, and we'll get that information out to you guys as quick as we can, and make sure that we communicate that. And I bet you it's probably out there. I just didn't read it. You know, that's probably what happened, because I didn't read it. Because I was in the know, apparently, but I wasn't in the know. Look at this little girl getting her.
Yes,
So
that's
cute.
Briley.
You had Sean there holding her bow, but like a little princess.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's a little Spitfire, too.
Is she?
I'm like, hey, let me pull your, because she had top target. And Brian was like, yeah, I'll help you. And her sister, too. Her sister, taller, Emma, that you had just talked about. And with Emma, I'm like, hey, let me pull your. No,
No,
I
she
got
good.
this. I'm good.
She's good.
That's what she did. She lifted her hand and goes, I'm good. All right.
Okay. Got it.
These are the two, her and her sister are the two that were scoring with Mr. Harrison,
Right.
with Jesse James.
With Jesse James.
Oh, my goodness. She's a cutie, and everything works on her time. Uh-oh. Yep.
She ran out of time.
Yep.
that would be, I don't know what was
And
going
that
on.
happened in College Station, or in Bryan as well.
Did it?
There's her sister Emma that just walked past. Her sister putting her hat backwards. She's got that retro cap.
Okay.
Top 8 for compound, top 4 for everybody else.
Okay, perfect. We'll make it happen.
Just make that
Make that clear.
correction.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Everyone else, all right.
All right, I believe that we just got confirmation that it will be top 8 for compound, who will return tomorrow, and it's
Yes.
top 4 for the rest of the divisions.
Let me type that out. Yeah, so for tomorrow. And I'll go ahead and just get that out there for tomorrow. And I know I kept saying it wrong. Top 8 for compound. We'll move on. All
type slow.
other divisions, top 4 move to the finals. The final 4. I guess to the. There we go. At least it's out there now. Sorry about that. Sorry for the confusion. So, to be clear, we'll say it again and we'll keep saying it. For tomorrow, top 8 for compound will move on to the elimination rounds, which will be head-to-head. All other divisions, top 4 will move on. What are you pointing at?
Well, I'm seeing like 3 different,
There's just, it's just a lag.
yeah, lags.
That's
That's
it.
what I was trying to say.
Just how it publishes out to all the different. There's one of our scenes is it's called Restream, and it's a way that it just restreams everything out, so it lags. Our view is very laggy, not yours.
Okay.
You know, I say laggy. It's just like it seems like it's about a minute behind everything else as it pushes everything out for us.
And seeing all the different screens, and then having my phone so I can respond to the different chats that will come through, then I'm like, what? It's all different.
Right.
Now I'm hearing it evidently through my phone.
I heard it earlier.
There we go. So now I have muted my phone.
We're
Or the
not
video
good.
that
Like
is
we
coming through.
we need somebody to even manage responding to everybody, because we don't even for tomorrow. No, it's It's overall.
Overall.
Overall. So overall, thanks, Randall. So it's overall. So after Sunday's shoot, the top 4
After
for
the
every
morning
division
shoot,
after
the
the morning.
qualifying round.
So there's a qualifying round at 8, 1 today, 8 o'clock tomorrow. At the end of that 8 o'clock round, we'll know who the top 4 are for all the divisions and then the top 8 for the others.
And you even put 9 o'clock
Whoops.
this morning.
Crap, I put the wrong time down. Wow.
Scott, should you handle any of the typing?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that that
Last
should go
weekend
to.
your mouth wasn't working. This weekend it's your fingers,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Derek is down below. When people walk up and they stare at you, then you know that they're trying to get your attention. And being up on the platform, I get when somebody comes up and they come right up beside me or they're staring out in front of us, I know that something's going on. Our attention is needed at those times.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get an interview going. Go ahead and mute me.
I was going to let y'all ask him some questions and let him talk about what we're doing.
All right, while he's setting all that up, you can see our archers are coming back from their first scoring round after returning from the break. Had a 10-minute break. Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo also has coolers set up everywhere that you can get sodas and waters that are provided. There are, I don't even know. Oh, there's a membership booth that's set out here next to
Yeah.
the restrooms, next to the food. There's a selfie wall at the other end of that area.
So
Pretty nice.
So we have Aaron, who is the
Vice chairman.
Vice chairman.
Vice
There
chairman,
we
all
go.
right.
Let me go ahead and get the mic and everything working here for you. So go ahead and flip over to, there he is. So go ahead and introduce yourself to us.
Yeah, thank you guys. We appreciate it. Appreciate you guys being here. I'm Aaron Patterson, the vice chairman for this incredible archery competition. Been on the Ranch and Wildlife Committee. It's my 14th year.
Wow.
And to see this competition from where it started from to where it is today is really, truly remarkable. And honestly, it's just going to continue to grow. And that's what our goal is to touch as many lives across the state of Texas that we possibly can through archery and through all of our youth programs.
So Aaron, so how have you been a part of the archery from day one?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, we started this thing 5 years ago, and of course, we didn't have a competition during, actually, I think for 2 years because of COVID.
Yep.
And so we lost a few years there. But nonetheless, to see the event grow to the level that it is today, and being in such an incredible venue like we are right now only allows us to grow this thing as much as we possibly can and truly want to. And allows, I think, for the opportunity that we can grow the contest and have, a potential 3D contest. at some
Right.
Oh,
point.
wow.
And so we have the space and the capability and the resources now to do that. So it's an incredible time for me as a vice chairman, especially my first year as the vice chairman, to watch this thing go to the level that it's going to go over the next several years. And so we're super excited about it. Really, this Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo is extremely dedicated to this archery competition. They want to take it to a level, to almost to a national level type event. And so that's what our goal is over the next few years is to, we've got some things in the works this is our 24 shoot, even though we're in 23. So next year, we anticipate quite possibly the number of contestants growing significantly from this year, and so we're truly excited about that.
And I know that it was a little bit of a scramble. I think it was a little bit of a scramble trying to figure out a location, time, and all that stuff. And I think this is a great. I mean, this venue is amazing.
Oh,
We can't
yes.
give it justice. How well it is laid out. The lighting is very good.
The way
You've
it's
got
organized in
you got
here.
a practice range. I mean, this is
Yes.
we've talked about it. This is a premier type of shoot that these kids
Absolutely.
get to be a part of, which a lot of them will not be able to be a part of when it comes to, because that's like what you said on a national stage. That's what we're building right here. This is amazing, is what you guys have done, and the support behind it is even better. That's what
Yes.
makes these things successful, is the amount of volunteers and support that you have.
Well, and it is. I mean, and that's why we're the Ranch and Wildlife Committee, but we're really truly a family, is what we are. And so the dedication of all of our volunteers on the committee to all of our events, not just archery, but to all of our events, is truly remarkable. And so, we could never put on an event like this without the full dedication of the committee and the full dedication of the show. And so, we're going to try to make this event better and better and better each and every year. And so, it's already substantially from just our February shoot has gone to a level that I don't know if any of us ever thought it would be
right
to these standards. But certainly, that's what our goal is to make it the best event that we can each and every year, and to allow as many kids to be a part of this event as we possibly can. So I think that's one thing that we're going to be significantly working on is to be able to allow as many kids to be included in this event moving forward. And so those are some things that we're working on. And so it's going to be a really exciting time for the committee and for this event.
Man, you guys have done an amazing job. One thing I'm going to ask, I still find that those little green stuff from that very first tournament showing up in my in our cases somewhere. It's like, what is this? Oh, I know what this is. What was that, like 6 years ago? That very first one with the big jumbotron that was behind it. It was like amazing. I think that was like they only allowed 60 archers. It filled up super fast. We were able to be part of that. So it was pretty fun.
And that's one thing we wanted to focus on by moving this event to this venue, is that we did not want to have any limitations on any bow class, and we wanted to allow as many kids as possible to enter the event, and so that's what we did, and we doubled the size of our targets from 30 to 60 this year, so it allows us to potentially allow hundreds of kids to shoot in a single day.
Yeah,
and,
over 700. I think you guys have the capability of over 700 kids.
Yep. And so
three lines, Wendy. That's amazing.
Three
isn't it?
lines. I know. The first year we were not able to get in it as a mom. At that time, I had two archers. Now I have an archer and a swimmer. But at that time, we weren't able to get in because the entries were closed.
Sure.
And then we were able to get in the next year because I just jumped right on it.
Yep.
And I told my extension agent, I'm like, hey, no, you've got to do this because she's got to be in it. My kids have to be in it. And so my son won his division and my daughter was second or something in her division. And to see the changes from the first year to the second year even, whenever we came back, last year was our second year. And to see the changes at that point was amazing then. Each year I've been able to see the changes that you have been doing as a committee to make it bigger and better. And then this year is just blown out of the water from the way it was last year. Having it in here, this is Vegas style.
Right.
The Vegas shoot, I don't know if you know anything about it, largest in the world. And this is just a smaller version. And we're talking about this is just youth.
Yeah.
If you could add some casino type stuff too in another room, I mean, then
For
we
the
could
parents.
make
What's
this thing huge.
What's weird about Vegas is that in the arena they have a bar. It's a bus that they have.
They wheel it in.
Yes,
They literally wheel it in.
And I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird around archery, but
You'll
I'm
find
not
all the
saying
top
that has
archer,
to be done here.
all the top archers' parents over there, drinking because they're at the very end of the tournament.
Well, but what's you can't obviously tell this from the video, but we're only using 2/3 of this hall that we're in. A third of this hall is not even being used.
Yeah.
And so that just allows us to, like I said, to do a potential 3D competition. If we have to buy another 30 targets, that's what we're prepared to do.
Oh, if you want to do 3D, oh man, that is fun stuff. I'm game.
I thought
I'm
I
in.
heard him say
I'm
that
in.
earlier. I was like, 3D?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't even heard of them done 3D in
Well,
here, but okay.
Well, and that's the neat thing about where we're at is we can expand this as big as we want to. And
Yes.
and the show is dedicated to it. The show wants it to happen. And typically, when the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo want something to occur, it occurs.
It happens.
Yes.
And so, they're extremely behind this event, extremely behind the youth of Texas, and they want to give every kid an opportunity to be a part of this. And so that's what we're going to make happen.
Yeah, we talked last year about that you guys as a committee, you even mentioned just a few moments ago about that you are a family. We heard that you guys go to each other's weddings. Y'all do things together outside of committee activities, but basically you are the family with each other. And it's also, they said even whenever you're doing, not really the interview process, but when you're choosing people to be on your committee, that they have to have that kind of personality and that kind of outlook. And it is easy to see that here because when you watch your committee members, as a parent, there's one committee member here, and I'm looking to see if I can see him right now, but he was here the very first year that my daughter shot, and he was here last year, and he's here again today. But he made a point to come and talk to her even last year. He wasn't on her bail whenever she was in the shoot-off the first year, so he came to find her that year to see. He's like, hey, I tried to get on your bail, but, how are you doing? And for them to make that point, that's a little extra step. Nobody has to do that. They can come out here, but you can see them on the line talking to and communicating with the archers, making it personal and forming a bond with them. That is amazing.
Well, and that's what we've always strived to do. So we make it we make a commitment to find out where these kids are from, to find out about where these we want to extend our family to these kids and to their parents for the weekend. We want to make them feel like they're at home, and so that's what we strive to do. But you're exactly right. With the bail assignments that I have set up for the weekend, it's very, very, very common for a scorer to come up and say, hey, I'm assigned to this bail, but there's, a kid that I scored for last year, and I'd like to score. I'd like that bail where that kid's at. And so, we move that stuff around all the time because, we get to, in a sense, we get to watch these kids grow up. When they're here at our event each and every year, we get to watch them, grow up. We get to see how much they've improved. And so it's extremely worthwhile to be able to get to see that each and every year. And so that's why we do it.
You make a connection. Your committee makes a connection with these kids. And that goes back to just like me, I'm a mom of an archer. My archer will be here tomorrow. That comes across to me, and it gives me a really good feeling about what's going on. Being in this venue, I have shown cattle in here from the time I was 9 into my 20s, and so to see it transform into what it is today and housing all these kiddos in here and hearing that y'all are even looking into expanding the archery competition to include 3D, knowing what you guys have done, like with almost like a picnic area back here, just really the welcoming feeling and the
picnic. There's like slides and games and
game area,
cornhole.
a leisure area.
Leisure area.
To where these kids are under so much pressure today, and they're shooting for over $100,000 in cash and prizes.
Amazing.
And we want them to be able to, we'd rather them sit here. If they're shooting now, we'd like for them to hang out this afternoon and, spend the day with us rather than go back to their home or go back to their hotel, wherever.
Right.
Did you just say $100,000 in cash and prizes?
Yes, sir. That we as a committee raised.
That is
on our own.
crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
That is something I mentioned this morning. I was going to bust out with my numbers later, but yes, that is. You guys do fundraisers throughout the year to help provide the prizes and the money for all of this that happens.
Yeah,
And
everything. We do get some donations that go back to the kids, but as far as the cash prizes that we hand out, that is strictly raised by the committee for all of our youth events. And so we have an annual Sporting Clays tournament each January that I'm also the vice chairman for, and we'll raise in one day $250,000 that goes directly back in the pocket of these kids. And so
that's crazy.
It's
amazing.
It just goes to show that our dedication to the youth of Texas, and how much we enjoy being around these stellar kids, because they truly are stellar. I mean, some of the most polite, nicest kids you'll ever meet in your life.
my kid better be. That's why I'm like, she better be. I want her.
And so it's
just saying.
But by being in this venue now, we're not hindered on space any longer, and so it's the possibilities are endless of where this event can go.
We have had so many people ask us questions as to why the date and why the location change and everything.
Yep.
When they watch this, or whenever they walk into this building today or tomorrow and they see this, they're going to understand why.
Yep.
This is, I can't say it enough that it's amazing. Like, I can only compare it to Vegas. That's the only thing that I have seen like this. And really, there's
this is better. Like the seating is just outstanding.
Yes, absolutely. And you don't find better volunteers. I'm not knocking, Vegas, but you don't find better volunteers than what are here.
Yeah.
No, it's we have a dedicated cook team that is right outside of the venue.
I saw that trailer out there this morning.
And actually two barbecue trailers, and that are cooking for the kids and their parents and all the volunteers for the entire weekend. And those meals are included in the entry that that the kids are paying.
That's great.
And so they pay nothing for the meals. It's strictly provided for the kids and their families.
The muffins were really
weekend.
good this morning. I got my banana right here. I already had my yogurt.
She left the banana behind.
Had
my coffee. The coffee was outstanding. Having coffee here, it makes me a little nicer. So
Yeah, but it's in some of the youth events that we've held in the past, we've had parents come up and pull out their wallet and get ready to pay for a meal, and it's like no, that's included. In
my first year, I'm like, well, no, we need to. Where do we pay?
Yeah, and we understand that as parents of these incredible kids, the financial sacrifice that we as parents do for our children. And so if this can help lessen that burden a little bit for the weekend, then that's why we do it. Yep. And so it's but yeah, it's I can't say enough good things about this committee and about this event, and I'm really excited over the next 3 years to see where it goes.
Oh, us too. Us too.
I see this being, if it's not already today, being the #1 youth archery shoot in the state. That's for sure. And then this will be one of the, even if it's just for the state of Texas, I don't know another state or another national event that has
300 youth. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So we have some big shoots here in Texas, and we'll bring in like Aggie Invite will have 450 archers. Half of them will be youth, half of them will be adults.
Right.
So this still just surpasses any other youth shoot that's out there.
Right. So some things in the works that I can't haven't been confirmed yet, so I can't announce. But there'll be some changes for our 2025 event that will most likely still be in the fall next year. we don't have the confirmed date because we had to work around the Houston Texans schedule and other events that occur, in NRG
Invite
Center.
them to come over here.
Yeah.
And it will the changes that we have in the works. We'll easily have 5 to 6 or more 100 kids.
I
next
believe
year.
so. I believe so.
So exciting.
So yeah, it's a really great time to be
I
the
don't know
vice
what
chairman
just
for
happened
this
to our
event.
camera.
And so yeah, we're excited about it, and the possibilities are endless. So.
Well, thank you, Aaron, for
Yes,
jumping
thank
on
you
here
so
with
much.
us.
Thanks for being here. We
And
appreciate what you do for us.
We'll
so.
let you get back to what you were doing.
Yeah.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. That was Aaron, the vice chairman of the committee for this, and they have done an amazing job so far. And we have.
I'm so excited to hear what's coming.
I know.
In the next year, I'm like, what? No, you've got to tell me.
They'll tell us later, I'm sure.
He said he couldn't let us know what was going on. That's
You know what?
I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
Well, that's great. That's why we have it set up here. So we'll
Yes.
we've got more interviews coming. I'm sure we'll have some youth archers come in to interview with us here soon. But they're not here right now. So once they're done shooting, then we'll grab some.
They
put 'em on
kind of
there.
have something else on their mind right now.
Yep.
So
There
if
is
you do
Levi
not,
at full draw, and Levi has shooting very good right now. I'm not sure he has dropped a point since that very first end. That is true. He
just had to work out the kinks.
He did. He is clean through 3 ends. This is the 4th one. Time is going by fast.
Yes, it is.
It looks like we've got a good. There you go. Look what Jack has done.
Nice. 210 sitting there in the targets.
Yep. Good round. So he'll. He likes that top one, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
So he is shooting a index release. So there is, you'll see at some point, you'll see people with hinges, you'll see people with thumb buttons. This one is a index, and so he'll wrap his index finger around it, and he'll just slowly aim and pull and tighten up that shot, and there you go. He got himself 3 10s.
Yep,
Looks
sure
like
did.
2 X's and a 10. And then you'll also see, if that's not a good angle there, you can't see, but I believe he is shooting a button.
I was
thumb
going to say,
button.
it's not an index because it's not a wrist release.
Yeah. So, a thumb button, you're actually, it's going off with your thumb. So you wrap your thumb around it, and as you get tighter, you kind of squeeze, and it goes off. And then there's the hinge. And a hinge is, there's a sear in the release. There's no trigger. So what happens is that majority of these archers, if they're shooting one, they'll come back, they'll anchor, and you'll hear it click. When it clicks, that means normally it's about 10,000ths of a turn, and it goes off. There's some that are a little longer, there's a little shorter, but it's right around there. And how that works is as you expand and get tighter between you and the bow, your hand will move just a little bit, and as it's getting tighter, bang, it goes off. And they adjust it so that it feels good, and it goes off at the right time.
You'll hear them say, I need to adjust the click to fire, or,
And then you'll
it's
have
slow to click. Or
yeah, and then you have some that will shoot a resistance. That's the 4th release. The resistance is one that you'll set. So if your hold weight is, let's just say it's 15 pounds. You'll set that release to go off at probably around 17 pounds. How that works is as you hold onto that button, you draw all the way back, you anchor, you take your thumb off. Let's just say the bow is at 15 pounds. As you add pressure between the bow and your hand, once it hits 17 pounds, it goes off. I know some of you are listening to this going like, oh, heck no. That does not sound like a good release.
Or there's some of y'all that just tuned out, went like, okay, I don't really care about all that.
Yeah. That release is one that we move all our archers to at some point in their career, because it's a way of them being able to control how much pressure they put between them and the bow. And it's a great way of training. A lot of times it's hard to get kids off that release. I know Julia, it took a while. She probably shot that resistance for a year or two. Can't remember.
I think it was like a year. And then you said she needed to go to the new
Hinge.
one, and she's like, nope. And then Ryan said, you need to go to. She's like, okay, fine. And
You know, for indoor, it works great. The problem with that resistance is when you're an outdoor and it starts getting windy, it's very hard to control the pressure for that.
and she loves her outdoor.
All right, so if you want to go look at live scores, eyesonscore.com, you'll be able to find the tournament there under live scoring. And click on the tournament, you'll be able to see all the live scores. One thing you do have to do is after each end, you do just have to refresh your screen and get the updated scores.
Oh,
it
my
doesn't do
word.
that automatically for
I
you.
just had one of those gnats land on my microphone.
You could see that?
I could see that. That's why I had to
even see
mute
that.
myself and like have fit with it.
She's over here swatting like a bee is on her.
All right, we are moving right along.
All right, so Levi did. He had 2 X's and a 10. We called it.
Yep.
Thank you, Jacqueline, for zooming in on that one. That was good video, is what that was. I'm just looking through here. We've got some good scores coming in, just like Levi has only dropped 2 points on the very first end and then hasn't dropped one since. That will be, if he continues the pace he's going, that will be the score to beat. And I would not be surprised if we saw some other kids close to that. The rodeo has brought in a lot of good archers over the years, and they continue to bring in top archers. And after this, if you weren't here, you're missing out. And I know that you'll be like, oh man, I cannot believe I missed out on this shoot, because this is like we've been saying a platinum level, premium level archery competition for our youth.
And, we called it earlier. We said it's only going to get bigger and better.
Yep.
And when you show up here, and like I said, so many people have asked, oh, my word.
Oh, she just ate a bug. She just ate a bug. She ate a bug.
I almost did. Sorry, because it was back on my microphone again. All right.
Did you shower this morning? Why are
Yes,
those bugs all over you?
I did. Oh my gosh. Oh, I did. I showered. I washed my hair twice, used conditioner. All right. I don't even know what I was. Oh, okay. So we've had lots of people ask us, leading up to this competition, why did it change? I said that during the interview. People have asked us, why did it change? When you walk into this building, you'll be able to see why it changed. If you have been to the other one where we were in the dark, I want to call it the horse arena. It wasn't the arena, but it was where stalls and everything would be, where it was alpacas and llamas and all the other animals. It was dark in there. The ceilings were lower. You couldn't space out. You couldn't stretch out. Parents and archers alike were in one area, as well as the committee members. There was no stadium seating. That was it. There was just that seating. There at one point would be round tables to where, people could sit when there was no other seating. And this is not even a step up. This is way beyond a step up. This is like a whole nother tournament, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is.
When I walked in there, it was really eye-opening. I was like, whoa,
Well,
what happened?
Yeah.
What did they do?
With the big screens, I'm just like, I'm still just floored at these big old screens they have.
Yes.
It's just,
so even if, and now it just hit me. So even with the parents back in the stands, and I see lots of them with binoculars because they're focused right on their archer. But even if they couldn't see what was going on, for everything, they can see up on the big screens.
Yep.
They can see it, watch it on their phones. They can see the live scoring on their phones. This is just huge.
it is.
Not only a step up for the archers, but for the parents and families as well.
What a great atmosphere, too, here right
Yes.
now.
Yes.
There's just so much positivity. I love it.
Yes.
Love it. And like you say, you see the committee members just talking to all the archers, and they're just, it's just a different atmosphere because you don't usually, the archers just go down and score, but with having the committee members here and building relationships with all the kids, it's just a great way to grow this sport. The gnats. All right, we're gonna. We're going to turn music on just for a second so we can swat some gnats. Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Laughed at the mall 'cause your mama forgot. I know it hurts. Rolling by the cool kids on the first day of school. I know it hurts so bad. Let it go, let it go. You'll be better off without our breaks. I told you every single time, don't you worry. You would always call me at the wrong time, so you can know what I was up to. Oh, don't you get that? It's just stupid. Hey, just hear me out. It's been a while since we were good. So why we dragging out when we've been doing everything we could? I don't wanna feel so lonely tonight. Every time we spend time, I wanna do this for the last time. I don't need it, no, I don't need it, no, don't need you here to feel alright. It's crazy how we started off so good. Every single hour with you vanished just like that. But now it feels like I've been trapped, and I can't believe how you don't see it. Hey, just hear me out. It's been a while since we were good. So why we dragging out when we've been doing everything we could? I don't wanna feel so lonely tonight. Every time we spend time, I wanna do this for the last time. I don't need it, no, I don't need it, no, don't need you here to feel alright. I don't wanna feel so lonely tonight, but you only make it worse whenever you're around. 'Cause I don't need it, no, I don't need it, no, don't need you here to feel alright. The way you comfort me.
All right, don't complain about the music. We know.
It's lame.
It is. There's not a lot of options. So when you're doing these, there's a thing that's called royalty-free music, and we have to use it.
Lame.
And some of the music, when you pay for it, they're just like, oh, it'll be songs that sound like songs that are popular right now.
Yeah,
I have not
whatever.
heard one of those yet.
They lied.
Yeah, I've not seen one of those, so I don't know what they're talking about. But
There are
it
judges.
is.
What are they doing? They are making sure all of the targets are uniform. They are all in the same spot. That way, everyone is at the same distance.
Also checking, they'll walk through and check to make sure that the holes on the targets aren't
they're
getting too big.
intact. That
Yep.
you can see the lines.
Yeah.
Because what a shame if an archer has blown out the lines, you get called for an arrow call and you got to call it out because you can't see the lines.
Right.
A missed point
A missed point, yes.
is a missed opportunity.
We would not want that.
No. Nobody likes that.
Except for Wendy. She likes calling everything out. Isn't that right, Wendy?
Well, I don't know. You ask some of the Aggie archers, they think I count them or score them all in.
Yeah.
I think they try to mess with my head.
Of course. Of course they do.
But do they realize it backfires? Because when you say that too many times, and I'm like, oh, your arrow's out.
Like, yeah, it's out.
let me even my average out. Let me take care of that for you.
Yeah, let me get that for you. Here. So we are 75% of the way through. We just finished the 15th and trying to kill this gnat.
That's chasing bugs.
So, man, I can't even talk and slap at gnats at the same time.
I'm scared to talk.
You might eat one. That would help us if you would eat a few.
No.
They're hard to kill.
Yes, they
Been trying.
It is so weird to have that in an indoor tournament.
Right? Uh-oh. I just
All
screwed
right.
something up. There we go.
You?
Me. Yes.
Did you?
I did. Oh, see,
As Scott
that
said,
gnat. That
we
gnat just
have
keeps
a
running around.
lot of fun. I know it's over there. We can stay over there with you. It's like running around into your computer.
That's right.
Looks like a tiny roach. I think
A tiny one.
these things, these gnats are
my word.
huge.
Like what on?
I don't know. We are here for an archery tournament, right?
Yeah, we are.
Oh my goodness. So you did say that we do have a lot of fun doing
We
it.
do. That is true. That is absolutely true. So funny when you look at this, how far behind it is on this one screen. When you go look, I don't even understand. Still learning the system apparently. But thank you guys for joining us. Looks like we have a pretty good turnout online watching this event.
Hello, everyone online.
This afternoon, there will be a few more, since right now there's about 60 archers out there. And this afternoon will be 180. That's when these judges will actually earn their money.
Yeah, earn their keep, huh?
Yeah,
That one there looked to be a jar liquor.
jar liquor. Well, we have. We want to thank all the volunteers that are out here. There are so many volunteers, which is it's great to see it. To see
I got
this
the
out here.
finger that we're gonna have another
The finger.
that we're gonna have another interview headed this way. I think I see them making their way.
Okay, let me get them set up.
All right. Sorry, I had to boss Scott around for a few moments. All right, there was Levi Harkey coming off the line. You can see those two arrows did not quite make it on to a target. Those two arrows that are off to the right are misses. The one that you see in the red looks to be touching the line, but I can't really tell from this view, but it looks like it might make it as a 9. In archery, it just has to touch the line. It does not have to break the line, does not have to bend the line. The shaft just must touch the line of the higher scoring ring in order to get that higher score.
All right, we have John back with us. I think
Hi
he did
there.
an interview
yes, he
with
was here
us.
with us last year.
Last year. Is the mic not working? Hold
I
on.
see the light on, but I don't see.
Go ahead and talk again, John. I
Try
don't know.
this one.
Go ahead and test.
Test.
There you go.
I think I hear him.
Hello. Test 1 2 3.
Go ahead and put that mic closer to your mouth.
Test 1 2.
There we go. There
much
we
better.
go. All right.
Technical failure.
Well, I figured there were 2 mics over there, so I'm like, okay, if it's
Of
not
course,
that
we
one, it's got to
grabbed
be
the
the next
wrong one. You know, of course. That's what it's like. Man, it sounds like he's so far
Yeah.
away. This is like, John. This is like talking to Wendy when she calls me because
Oh,
she has her
whatever.
phone like down and it's not connected to her speakerphone. She's talking. I'm like, I can't hear you.
He's always like, switch to speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you for sure.
All right.
No, hey,
Go ahead and
thanks.
introduce yourself.
Well, I'm John Grimes. I'm Vice President with Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. This is my second year, the privilege to be the officer in charge of the Ranching and Wildlife Committee. And thank you guys for coming out again last year. We were together last year
Yes.
in a much different, smaller setting
Yeah,
Yes.
at the horse arena. And so hopefully you guys agree that I think this new venue, this new location that we've been assigned to is it gives us a lot of opportunities for growth.
It
It
does.
is outstanding. This being in here, whenever I walked in yesterday, last night to help set up, I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah,
This
well,
is amazing.
Wait a
You know,
minute. She said when she showed up, John, like I was almost done when she came.
I'm sorry. I'm a school teacher. I came straight from school. My car was packed yesterday morning. I can't leave any earlier than
Yeah,
that.
that's
I got to get
important.
kids out of the school.
Yeah, I was like, I walked in, and our warm-up area is, if you think about it, our warm-up area, which is an awesome enhancement that we added this
Yes,
year.
it is.
Is larger than our whole area of where we had the contests and
Crazy.
everything all in one room. So it does give us a lot of opportunities for what we see as future growth of this contest and competition.
When I walked in, I asked God, I said, well, if this is where we're shooting, what are the targets on the other
Exactly.
side?
Right.
Yeah.
And yes, so to add that in where archers can come in and warm up and kind of get acclimated to the atmosphere, because it's a different atmosphere than it was over in the horse arena.
Oh, for sure.
To see, it's a whole nother level.
Yeah, and I think so. And when you look at then there's a third room for given them a place to rest and have their meals and
Yes.
fun and games and things like that to sort of unwind from the pressures of the competition. And it's family friendly, and that's what Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo is all about anyway. So I see a lot of the siblings back there right now playing the different games. So it's just a great setup and a great venue, and I hope we continue this for as long as the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo is in existence, and we continue to grow it.
It's great.
What I love is that it brought in a whole nother atmosphere as far as family. This is not just a tournament. It's not just an archery competition, but there is a whole, behind us is a whole area in another part of what I call the halls, to where it has the picnic tables where it's set up to eat, and then that little family fun area. At first I came in, I'm like, oh, is there gonna be a dog show? I was like, what is
dog
that?
show,
Well,
really?
I was thinking, like for dogs to jump through
Yeah.
hoops and
No, that's what they do for the kids.
spit out.
They just go out there. They have the kids jumping through hoops and jumping over
that,
things.
because I was in a rush trying to get in, and so I just kind of looked. I was like, oh, what is that? Okay, whatever.
Even that room, I think, is as big as the whole venue we used to have. The room where we're giving them an opportunity to
Absolutely.
relax.
Oh, yeah.
And have their meal is a huge room. So, no, it's been great. The weather's great. The time of year, we didn't know quite what to expect in terms of the entries and stuff, but we're right there where we were in 2023. That contest and those levels, and I think with more notice of us moving the contest earlier, which is really for a lot of these kids, it's the first contest of the year, right? First competition. Yep. I think it's going to continue to grow, and that's our aim. We want to grow and continue to get the youth of Texas that are in archery to come out and join us and have fun and have a great competition, and we just look forward to the growth. I just can't wait to see it, because I think this is the first year of many good years to come.
I think word of mouth after archers leave here, and even parents, when they go back and they talk about how this one was put together and how it was run, and all of the additions that were put into place. The targets look amazing.
I know she keeps talking about the targets. Like, where did they get those? They look so good.
I don't remember. Yeah, that's just, they're nice targets. So when we were going and running cables and we were trying to run them through there, then we put them on the other side of the curtain back there. But that's when I got a really good close look
behind the scenes. Behind the scenes of the target. Not many people get that.
Nope.
No, exactly.
But you're
That's
exclusive.
what happens when you come and you
you're kind
help
of a
set up.
and you're kind of a big deal. Big
That's
deal.
what I told our server Chad last night. I am a big deal.
Well,
but no,
and the bleachers is a
oh
great,
my goodness, yes.
If you think about last year, everybody was at the same elevation, right?
Right.
They're all sitting on the floor, and
Yes.
it's hard to see up there, it gives them just a bird's eye view of how everyone's shooting. You can see a lot better. So, I
And
mean,
then
it's
the
just
big
perfect.
screens
Yeah.
at each end.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys have outdone it.
Yes.
So, well, you might say that, Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo outdid it. So we always compete for meeting rooms and for venues to, the horse arena, the horse shows. Everything's busy, right? And so, at first when we were notified, well, we're going to have to move our contest around again, I said I didn't know what to expect, and we did it. And but hindsight's 2020. This gives us a better venue. It gives us we didn't really have the opportunity to grow the competition as much over there because we were limited on space.
Right.
And I just think this is just a perfect venue for this contest.
Yes.
And again, I can't wait to see in the years how much this thing's going to grow. And hopefully we're all around to see it. And we'll look back on 2024, the first year, or this competition in 2023 as the first year that we had it in the center. And we're all part of it, right? And we're
Yeah.
going to be amazed how much this thing's going to grow, because I can see the potential.
I hope we get to keep coming back and being part of it,
I
because
know.
this
For
is
sure.
just from one year to the next, or from when came as a parent to
Yeah.
now, to see this is just absolutely amazing.
It's hard to imagine. So when we went to the very first one, Ryan and I went to the
Yeah.
very first one you guys ever had. There was only allowed 60. There's a gnat.
50, I think we had 50 shows.
But we saw
if
the
one
very
flies in my mouth.
Yeah. So we were here for the very first one. I could not even imagine that Wendy and I would actually be on stage in the middle.
No, last
Like,
year I couldn't
watching
remember
all
that
of
it would be on
this.
stage.
Yeah.
I mean,
And having big screens on the side. I mean, what an amazing transformation this has become.
Yes, I
but
agree.
now I'm
100%.
swatting. I think Jacqueline does that on purpose. She catches us.
Wait. There's this one gnat. I know it's just one because that little dude, it's like he keeps taunting me.
He has not bothered me yet. It has not bothered me yet, so I don't know.
I don't
You're
know what it
lucky.
is. I don't know what it is.
He'll stay over there on
It's all the food that Wendy has over here.
Food. I have a banana which it's not even going to. I don't understand that, because I would think a fruit fly or something like that would go to that.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Oh well.
Well,
have you watched the competition like I did earlier this morning? There are just some extremely talented young people
yes.
shooting today. I mean, you have some just really high scores being filled up today.
And then I know there are two archers that this is their second tournament.
Oh, wow.
Their first one was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah.
So to see that and to have them here, they're already having fun. I saw them at the break.
Yep.
And to see that, you've got some archers that, have been shooting for years, and then you have the new ones, and I love it. I mean, it's the future of archery. It's the future of what we're going to see here at the Livestock Show and Rodeo. It's that's just our youth. These are amazing youth. They're growing into amazing competitors. You will see them, in speaking contests. You will see them with being in 4-H and FFA. They are, they're academics. These are great kiddos that we have out here today.
Definitely.
For the most part, I haven't met any of them, but I'm sure a kid's going to have their day. I have my day. But, they're polite. They, they'll tell you about their day and their shooting. So
well, even if you think about it, just from a safety perspective, they have to be very responsible to to do this, right? They're very safety conscious. They're very responsible, and of course dedicated to. They have to practice to be able to compete, and so typically that's all of these kids are one and the same when it comes to responsibility and dedication and hard work and practice, because they're all excellent in what they do. They can definitely outshoot me, all of them.
they can outshoot me. I'll come out with bruises from slapping my arm with the string. So
yeah, for sure.
You usually see her trying to move a chair across a room.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if you buy me a chair that I wouldn't have to move upstairs and
Put some wheels on it,
downstairs.
maybe.
Yeah, it has wheels
Oh, it
on it.
has wheels,
she's all
but-
grumbling, and it's like, I'm going to fall.
As I carry the office chair with wheels up the stairs.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Well, John, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, and thank you for all that you
What a
do.
great show, and we want we want to be a part of it in any capacity.
Well,
you know,
you're welcome back anytime. And like I said earlier, I hope that we're going to look back in this at this contest next year, and we're going to say, "Wow, remember when there was 300, and now we have 400 or 500,
thousands,
or whatever that
millions,
number comes to,
millions
right?
of
It's
archers.
just going to continue to grow, and so we're happy that you're part of it, and thank you for everything you do.
All right. Well, thank you, John.
We appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right. So our archers are going out to score. How are those scores looking, Scott?
Looking good.
Looking good.
That's what's happening. So we are coming into the last 3 ends.
Wow, already?
Yep.
Goodness.
We've got.
It's not even 11 o'clock.
Yeah. So what's interesting? So from our perspective, you can actually see where some of the archers are actually changing places of where they are. You know, we have right now on compound junior men. What? Christopher Hood. He was I think he was in second place after the half. Now he's moved into first place. And it's just a couple points between Christopher and Trustin, and that's the beautiful part of live scoring, that we get to actually experience what's going on.
Hey, Jacqueline, can you move to our archers here on 24? I don't know if the camera will go to see that arrow on the ground. So there is an arrow on the ground, and I was talking about that blue line that's out in front of them, and we may not be able to get that one to go down there. But there is an arrow. That arrow did not reach the blue line in between the archers or the shooting line and the target. So what that arrow, it's not a shot arrow. That arrow is not a miss, and the archer was still able to shoot 3 arrows.
And I got to tell you,
there it is right there.
The camera, it's easier said than done to move these cameras because the camera's facing you. So she has to mirror image all her moves.
Oh, my word. So you can see the 2 lines, the yellow and the green, and that's where the archer stands. The yellow is for the middle of the target. So from the shooting line where those 2 colors are to that blue line, an arrow may fall. It may be released from the string, but it did not cross the yellow. So it is not a shot arrow. That arrow is not a miss. The archer was allowed to shoot 3 arrows into the target for score.
And it's a little too far away for bow yoga to come into effect.
Yeah, you have to have some long legs to reach that.
Reach that leg. And you guys
But
are going,
maybe if you
what is bow
practice-
yoga? Well, that was a word that I made up.
Yeah. But if you've practiced bow yoga, maybe you could balance and
Yeah,
get
you'd have
that.
to. You could kind of lean down real low.
Evidently,
and then
Molly and I
put the leg
have like
way out.
pincher toes that if we didn't have shoes on, which that's normally not allowed in
Oh.
archery, but then we can
Yeah.
reach it with our toes.
My daughter, she got long toes. So it's like she's got like toe fingers, and she grabs stuff with them. It's like, that's disgusting, Molly.
My kids hate my pincher toes. They call them pincher toes
Yeah,
because I can
yeah.
grab. There's a pencil on the floor. I can grab it with my,
Yeah.
toes and pick it up. And oh, Levi's face. He
Yeah.
did not like that one. But
It looks
why?
like it's in there.
It's in. It's a 10.
So he's dropped 1 in the second half. So he's dropped a total of 3.
Okay.
And we'll see on this last arrow, and he may still be right there. Yeah, that
Oh,
looks
yeah.
like it's in there.
Yeah.
Yep, it's in there. Looks like 3 X's too from here.
Yeah. Because from here, it looks like that X ring is bent.
Yeah. I think we may need to add another camera, Jacqueline. What do you think? Like add a 4th camera? She's just shaking her head. He saw himself over there. So Levi, he said as he's down there shooting, he could see himself on the big screen down below.
I grabbed him, I didn't grab him, but I grabbed his attention. I did my arms like, what? What's wrong? He's like, I don't know. It didn't feel good, but it's in there.
It's still at the
Yeah.
center.
Yeah, he's like, I could see myself over there. I was like, well, did
Oh.
it,
Did it
does
bother you?
it bother you? Does it mess with your mind? He's like, no.
No.
So I'm not real sure why he brought that up, but maybe he thought it was cool.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So 2 more ends, and
Two more.
we're not going to keep the live broadcast going.
No, because I want to eat.
We're going to go ahead and we'll kill it, and then we'll bring it back up when we get closer
How about
to the
we will
start.
pause?
Pause.
I
We'll
will kill
pause
it.
it. Kill it. Yeah, I can't say that because I said that we might get, put in like Facebook jail or something like that.
Two of our judges down there,
Yep.
Scott and Joe, and they're talking to somebody
Scott
who's just
and
out.
Joe.
Oh, they're talking to Sean. No, Sean just stepped in the picture. Facebook jail. Somebody's listening.
Somebody's like, really? Facebook jail?
I'm guessing that's Mr. Honacki that's down below us.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all can see our shirts that your wife and daughter did. There we go, raising an archer. It doesn't look
Ooh, I did like the
appropriate
whole,
with
like-
what I'm doing. There we go. That doesn't look good
doesn't
on
look
me,
good.
but
What on earth? That is a terrible view. Can't believe you just
nothing I was
did that.
doing didn't help.
See, I have to sit all gangster because you're so short.
I
See?
am not that short.
See, I have to be like way down.
I think you choose chairs.
If I sit upright, like my head almost gets cut off. See, right there. No, there you go. See, you're sitting up straight now. You're not slouching.
I wasn't slouching before.
She was slouching.
No, this is uncomfortable.
How do you guys like these new hats?
I
These
know,
things
they're
are
sweet, right?
These are sweet. Love them.
I thought last year was retro, but these are true trucker.
Yeah.
That's like the trucker. It should just say trucker up there.
Rodeo. We could probably sell these on the black market because you can't get these hats
Yeah,
until next year.
that's right.
I'm going to do that.
Not me. I keep
I'm going to go out
mine.
to I'm going to go out to Facebook or
Then they're
eBay.
gonna give you
and
more hats.
I'm going to sell me some Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo hat.
I like my hats.
This one's a good looking hat.
I even like last year. It was like the Houston Astros.
I did like last year's hat too. I still have it in my car.
In your car? You hadn't
I
taken
never
it
took
out
it out.
in a year.
I never took it out.
So have you even worn it?
No, it's just I've worn it a couple times. I
Pictures
needed.
of me in my rodeo hat from last year.
Well, good for you.
It is good
That's
for me.
exciting.
I'm
sure
promoting,
everyone needed to know that.
I am promoting the Ranch and Wildlife Committee of the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo every time I wear my cap.
Yep.
But y'all gangster style.
All gangsta.
Up in here.
I said gangster, and she jumps all over gangster.
Gotta bring out my gangster side.
That's right. I'm gonna move my hat crooked,
Well, I was afraid.
Okay.
The way I'm sitting in the
Sup?
camera, I'm like,
Yeah.
is it crooked?
Yeah. So, what's going on? All right. There's nobody shooting right now, so it's we're just kind of gangstering it right here. Two more ends.
gangster.
Two more ends.
If I
Here
throw
we
up
go.
some kind of sign, it's gonna be the wrong
Yeah.
sign. And then we're back in Facebook jail.
Yeah. Hold on
All
1
right.
minute. And like, oh. You just told Oklahoma to stick it.
Oklahoma.
I don't know. First thing that pops in my head. Arkansas. I don't know.
Oh, my word.
Oh, so I don't know what we're going to do this afternoon for a camera woman,
Oh, we'll figure something out.
Jacqueline. She's going to leave us.
Oh, she's gonna shoot for the money.
Yes, she is. As we were saying before, we
What's our mama
mentioned
doing?
it incorrectly. It was top 4 for every division moves on to the shoot-off except for the compound.
which would be top 8.
Yes, and it's based all on it's all based on how many entries were in there.
Right, as to why the 8 and the 4 and
yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
That was just a little misunderstanding on our part. Like we are
That was all you.
Wendy is human and makes mistakes ever so often,
I do.
even though she won't admit it.
But that had nothing to do with that. But I do make mistakes. Right on my screen and my monitor at school,
Yeah.
I have a little sticky note that says, I will make mistakes and that's okay. Because I like for everything to be perfect.
Yeah.
And so
We know. We know.
Then why don't you make it happen,
We
Scott?
know Wendy Woo.
Wendy Woo.
There's Chap.
Yep. Good old chap.
There we go.
And
you
he
notice,
had great line etiquette
yeah, I was
right
about
there.
to
Is that
mention
what you were fixing to say?
Yeah. So what happens, what you'll see is these kids, they know that somebody's still at full draw or they have one left to go. They'll shoot their last arrow and they'll just stand on the line because they don't want to disrupt the archer in front or behind them. And so you'll see that throughout the weekend that these archers do show a lot of line etiquette, which is really cool to see
Yes.
see that happen.
And that's respectful to the other archers.
Mm-hmm.
And So everyone has that same chance at getting off the good shot, that great shot, that shot of bliss.
The shot of bliss.
The shot of bliss.
What Wendy is talking about is a podcast that we did with Matthew Parmenter.
Which I think was a really great one.
It was. Matthew, it was probably one of our best. I always say that every time we do one. Oh, I think that was our best. I think that was our best.
There
But that
was
one
a
was
lot
very
of
good.
great information in there.
That was very
and from
very
from a youth archer perspective, like I don't want to say a child, but you know, we get a lot of parent perspective and adult perspective, but to have it from a youth and someone who is the child, has a mama and a dad and siblings, and then Ben. As he says
and then
in
Ben.
there. Poor Ben. And then Ben.
And then there's Ben.
Which you would hear about in the podcast. But so to have that different perspective was a breath of fresh air.
It was. And he's just a cool kid. Anyways.
Yeah, he is. And I like, because of that podcast, my daughter's been texting him about some of the things he said in there and how to implement that.
Did she listen to it?
I guess she did. Or she at least listened to me talk about it, one or the other. But she came to me the other night, Mom, I've been talking to Matt online. Or not online. I've been texting Matt about what he said.
Oh, he had some good stuff
Yeah, he did.
for
He
a
really did.
16-year-old.
Yep.
Very good stuff.
Very deep for archery, you know, for a youth archer.
Yeah, I don't remember which one was talking about it, but the amount of pressure that these kids put on themselves, because it's an individual sport. And if you've never competed in an individual sport, you don't understand how much pressure that they put on every single shot. And then
Yes.
when they have a bad shot, it's hard to let that go. And that's one thing that Matthew has talked about, was how do you focus on that one shot of bliss? And that's what he had talked about. And he talked about that a lot, because it's like when that happened, he would remember in 100 shots, there was one shot that just
I think he said 300.
perfect. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it could be just one shot. He
Right.
focuses on that one shot. He'll focus on there. Even at night, he says,
Yep.
it's just kind of, it's almost like a drug to him that just makes him go, wow, that felt so good. I want to duplicate it. And
What
he just
did it
can't
feel
wait to get
like?
out there.
What did it look like? What did he have to do to produce that shot?
Yep. And that was one thing we learned, too, when we got into this sport, was anytime my son would struggle, we would videotape it. You know, and we're analyzing and everything. And then you realize we never had a video of a good shot.
Oh.
And so, you know, taking the time whenever he's like, oh, everything feels good, you don't think about it, but there's huge value to take some video of a good shot, one that the archer felt like was a great shot. That way they can look at it, like if they're struggling, they can look at it and go, I know what I was doing. I was leaning back.
And it really makes sense, because we talk about archers need to be like robots. They need to be a machine. There's even one, you know, archer that they call the machine, because every shot just is the same.
Mr. Perfect.
Yep, Mr. Perfect. And you knew who I was talking about. But how do you reproduce that if you're only focusing on the shots that went wrong? If you're not videotaping the ones that were, dadgummit,
That gnat is driving us crazy. If you could try to kill it, that would be nice.
I'm telling you, this evening we've got to go to Walgreens. It's around the corner from the hotel.
We're gonna do like a bug bomb in here, in this building.
Well, even I'm not kidding about the little bracelets, the little citronella bracelets
Oh,
that they
yeah.
have, or a citronella candle.
It'll be like we
Burn
went to
some incense.
we
I'm all
went
about
to-
that. We need to get some sage and.
we went to South Dakota, and we were
Jacqueline's
shooting.
looking at me like, "Oh, Miss Kicker."
We were shooting in South Dakota, and they have these little biting gnats.
Oh my gosh, I
And-
hate those.
And so we're talking to
So
people like,
you're
"What
talking
do you?"
about outdoor.
Yeah, so we were like, "How do you get rid of these?" And the people are like, "You can't.
Yeah.
Like nothing you can spray on you causes these things to want to not bite you." And so we tried everything. We got vinegar and all kinds of. We're spraying the kids down. You know,
See the sage.
yeah, whatever
Jacqueline, you're
we
making
could.
fun of me, but if you're blessing everybody with the sage, then
Man, we were just going there, just buying stuff. We're like, you know what? We're gonna build our own little suicide of stuff. Hopefully, it doesn't burn their skin when we spray it on there. Hey, there's Rendon.
She just walked by to say hi. That's awesome. Yeah, so I think we're making a run to Walgreens because if I'm telling you, one gets in my mouth,
That's it.
my headset's gonna go flying. Probably take out the
She'll
camera
start- yeah,
that's
yeah.
balancing there.
She'll start hacking. You'll start
Oh,
hearing
I'll be
it.
heaving,
I'll
that's
try
for
to I'll try to
sure.
mute it as quick as I can, everybody, because that would be nasty.
You'd have to try to hit
Nasty.
the mute button and hold the camera at the same time.
Yeah. All right.
We are
3
coming
more
down,
arrows, and
yes,
the
to
first
the end.
qualifying end is done.
Yes.
And if you are not in the top 4 or 8,
Depending on your division.
depending on your division, probably not going to make it.
Oh, it's awful. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. The truth hurt there, right?
Wow.
Yeah, if you're not in the top 8, probably not.
It's so not nice. So any hope that a kid might have just had.
Any
just-
hope.
You just crushed it. There's a chat post right there in our
Like
screen.
maybe they can make it. Nope.
Oh my gosh.
Not going to make it.
Words of encouragement.
Yeah.
Encouraging words.
Well-
Isn't that what you preach to everybody?
Yeah.
All of us parents, you need to have encouraging words. Oh, Chap is in deep thought. He probably heard you, Scott.
Oh, there we go. Asking me a question. Let's take a look. I'm just looking through here. So we have Trustin has moved back into
smell
the
food.
number 1 position for this time.
Who is?
Trustin.
Okay.
Christopher Hood is right behind him. First and second place so far. Emma Turner is in first for compound junior
my little
female.
friend.
Levi Harkey is only dropped 1 point on this second half, so he will not
What
shoot a
division
300.
is he?
That is compound senior men. Caden and Aiden still in second and third. Caden and Aiden. I'm just when there's just a couple people in the division, I'm not going to really mention their names.
Really? They don't deserve the
No.
same props?
No,
That
not
is
really.
so not nice.
Not really. Oh yeah, you want me to just name somebody? They're only one there. Yeah, they're in first place. Wendy Cook.
You can still
There's
talk
only one
about their-
person in the division. Good job, Wendy.
You can still talk about their scores, how they're
NAS
doing.
senior male Oscar Cruz.
How's he doing with the NASP? Because you know that's going to be a Genesis.
Yeah.
So he has no stabilizers, no sight, no scope, no pins, nothing.
No release.
Right. He's shooting with fingers.
He's
I think
throwing
that's
arrows. He's
something-
literally throwing an arrow at the target.
I think that's commendable that he is here at the Houston Livestock Show archery competition.
Well, there's a division for him.
Yeah.
All right, NAS senior female Haley Hunter is Concordia Lutheran FFA. That's right over there in Tomball. Elise Chan is in first place, recurve junior female.
All right. It's a name we are familiar with.
Ruth Schmill is in recurve
I
senior
want to
female.
apologize to everybody out there because
Schmiel.
Scott is
Schmiel.
notorious
Schmiel.
for mispronouncing names. So he's just continuing.
Yeah, you know, if you can screw up Rob,
3 times,
you can
not
screw
just
up.
once.
You can screw up
Not
any
just
name.
once, but 3 times.
And isn't it funny that when we go to these competitions, they always ask me to go ahead and announce all the names, all the winners. That's usually the best part.
Ethan Chan looks like he's staring us down.
Recurve senior men male Chap is now in first place.
Oh, so they've all switched.
Ethan's still in second. He's just got to stay there. And Hudson is in third place.
All local.
Oh, actually,
gentlemen.
Hudson's score has not updated.
Ah,
So that
okay.
would be why he's in third. So we will we'll know. The reason why they don't update sometimes is because they forgot to hit the button confirm.
As I talked about that earlier. I'm like,
Yeah.
if you're not seeing your archer score.
We have.
Mr. Tunstall, Coach Daniel Tunstall from Greater Pearland Archery Club says, "Go Concordia Crusaders." His high school class of '88. Oh, you are older than me.
Class of '88.
Oh.
Thank you, Daniel, because now she's in a good mood.
Yeah. Well, and I've had 2 coffees, so I'm already in a good mood. That's how I can be up here and laugh with you.
So we have. I think his score is the only one
that has not updated.
Hudson is the only one that hasn't updated so far. This will be the final. Oh no, I see another one that hasn't updated. Bale 30A. Bell 30. Oh yeah, Bell 30 has not updated. That's the problem.
The whole bell.
The whole bell has not updated. Michael Honacki,
Come on, guys.
Did you hear that? He hears everything but when we're calling things out for him to listen to. He's got the thumbs up. So that was the final 3 arrows. You'll see. We'll stay online just for a little bit longer to make sure that everything has updated and everybody is happy. We'll see. Not everyone can always be happy.
You can't make everyone happy.
But we want to thank you guys for joining in to the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo
Been a great start.
archery competition.
Yep. Can't wait to see what this afternoon is going to look like with all these.
It's going to be
Oh,
crazy.
my goodness. I just can't imagine how loud it's going to be in here because we talk about the crowd and the parents and how they get excited.
Right.
But I'm wondering if it's going to be different since we've got all the stadium seating behind us now. I'm wondering if that's not going to be as loud. Maybe not. And since there's the whole other hall over there that has the picnic area that's indoor, where all the food is, where there's games for families, that and with the warm-up hall over there, so people are spread out. Yeah, they are spread out. Okay. This year, I don't know, when you walk through these doors, you're going to be pleasantly surprised. They have truly outdone themselves this year. The Ranch and Wildlife Committee and Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo have truly, truly outdone themselves. And they're talking, "Don't you smash my banana." "Oh, you smashed it on my banana. That's gross."
I got him. Would you rather eat him or would you like it just to be on your banana? Man, I got him,
Now
though.
his family's going to come.
Yeah, they're going to be angry.
Angry gnats.
Angry gnats. Like, I almost missed him because you saw what I was doing.
I know. Oh, my goodness. Aw, thanks, Daniel. Coach Daniel says, "Great job, Scott and Wendy and crew."
All I heard was Scott.
Scott, that was the first thing.
That's all I heard.
That's all it was. That's all
Great
it
job,
took.
Scott. That's all I heard.
So, yes, we do have Jacqueline up here who has been directing and doing all of our camera work, which is amazing. Like I said, I wonder what her mama's going to do.
I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do with the B team that comes in after this. It takes over. All right, so we are done. So if you want to see the final scores.
We are done with this.
Yes, with this time.
Yes, this time slot.
If you want to
And
see the
so
finals.
the final slots for this qualifying round.
Wow. You keep interrupting.
Because it's not the final.
That's the
and
final.
we're not done.
Yes, this is the final for this time. If you want to see the final score, their final scores, you can go to eyesonscore.com and you can see them there under. You go to live scoring and it'll get you there. All right. Well, we will be back in about an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah, something like that.
So, thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you guys at the next target.
All right, bye, guys.